6-4 in the conference. Then Uniontown 8-8 overall, 5-5 in conference play, the final playoff qualifier. Both West Mifflin and Chartiers Valley have been among the top teams in the WPIAL and 4A all season. They tied in the Section 3 4A standings. Both teams finished at 9-1. Elizabeth Forward and Thomas Jefferson also qualified for the playoffs. Warriors 5-5 in the conference, 7-9 overall. The Jags 4-6 in conference play, 8-11 overall. And the final section in 4A, Section 4, North Catholic, the section champs there. They're 9-10 overall, 8-2 in conference play. Indiana, who actually played Laurel Highlands earlier on this year, finished at 13-7 overall, 7-3 in the conference. At Kiski and Hampton tying for third place in the conference. Both teams getting in, and both teams 6-4 in conference play. Cavs 9-9 overall, Talbot's 8-8 overall. So it's going to be interesting to see where Laurel Highlands and Uniontown end up falling in the whole scheme of things come tomorrow night when the playoff pairings come out.
Yeah, certainly is. We always talk about how maybe Fayette County doesn't get a ton of respect when these playoff pairings are put together, but maybe that's changing, and you know, they got in, so we'll see how the chips fall. And, you know, the kids, I'm sure, don't care who they play, if it's on the road, at home, things like that. That's something for the head coaches and the coaching staffs to deal with. But, you know, if you're in, you can make a run. And, of course, Uniontown, LH, we're both hoping they can make a run. And I haven't seen a ton of these games, but LH certainly looked impressive in the two games I saw against Uniontown. We'll see how the Red Raiders bounce back tonight. But, you know, certainly if you're in, you're right. In a one-game situation, really anything goes.
We actually saw the Mustangs last year get a first-round bye in a 12-team playoff field. They were the number 4 seed. No first-round byes this year in 4A, 16 teams in. So everybody will play a first-round playoff game. We're going to pause here for the national anthem. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the first pitch. Uniontown taking on Connellsville High School baseball action here on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Penn Residential is a fast-growing human services agency serving individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. They are currently seeking full-time and part-time direct support professionals to provide direct care and support at our residential homes. Their DSPs partners with adults and children, and their circles of support help them achieve independence, growth, and happiness through high-quality, creative services. Candidates must possess good communication skills, have a valid state driver's license, clean driving record over the past 3 years, and have reliable transportation. At Penn Residential, DSP positions start at $16 an hour, and you'll receive full benefit package after 90 days. Penn Residential is a licensed and qualified provider under Pennsylvania's DPW's Office of Developmental Programs. Our homes serve residents in Fayette, Washington, and Westmoreland counties in southwestern Pennsylvania. For more information about current career opportunities, visit PennResidentialInc.com/careers. Penn Residential Inc. is an equal opportunity employer.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Amy's Quilt Room is a full-service quilt room located in Uniontown, offering retail goods and an ample sewing classroom, welcoming sewers of all skill levels, from beginners to advanced. If you're enthusiastic about sewing, you may even want to consider joining the Quilty Pleasures Quilt Club at Amy's Quilt Room. You'll stitch fabric in friendship with every project. For more information, visit amysquiltroom.com or stop in to see them at 20 West Penn Street, Uniontown. Amy's Quilt Room, a fresh and modern twist to a timeless tradition.
Back here at Bailey Park, just about set to go. The Connellsville Falcons and the Uniontown Red Raiders. The Red Raiders and the home whites, maroon numbers. They're dug out off here on the near side. And the Connellsville Falcons, Nick, a little potpourri as far as their jerseys are concerned. You got a little dark blue, you have a little light blue, you have a little gray, you have the white pants.
It's a color explosion,
Yes,
Brian.
It is a color explosion.
Potpourri is probably better, but I like color explosion. That sounds like some awful late-night TV show or something.
Yes, but they certainly jump out at you. And
Uniontown traditional in the white and maroon, yes.
Yes. A good opportunity here for Plume, his first start of the season. We mentioned he's made seven appearances, but the first time he started a game all year for Uniontown.
Well, there you go. Yeah, good test for him here against Connellsville, a team with a losing record, certainly. But, you know, it's a local game, and I'm sure they think they can get to him today, and we'll see what the young right-hander has in store as we're about ready to get underway. Beautiful night for baseball.
Well, Connellsville, Nick, played in a very tough section. You look at Bethel Park, South Fayette, Peters Township, Upper St. Clair, and Trinity.
It's a gauntlet.
All in their conference. Yeah, it is a gauntlet. Laurel Highlands actually had a non-conference win at Upper St. Clair on Tuesday night, so impressive there for the Mustangs to get a non-conference win before the WPIAL playoffs get underway. Upper St. Clair and Trinity actually tied for 4th place, and I believe if they split the season series, they'd both get in out of Section 2 in 5A, but the Falcons one game out of that final playoff spots. This will be it as far as the 2023 campaign is concerned for the Connellsville Falcons. Their left fielder, Case Shear, will lead things off here in the top half of the first inning. Shear batting .295 with 9 RBIs so far this season. It'll be Shear, Newmeyer, and Firestone here in the top half of the first. Mark Grimm behind home plate as our umpire, and Nick Bill Schottenheimer on the bases.
Yes, I had a great talk with Mr. Schottenheimer, who, yes, is related to the late NFL head coach Marty Schottenheimer. He told me his father and his grandfather were first cousins. The grandfather of Marty Schottenheimer and Bill Schottenheimer's dad were first cousins. So there you go.
That's a good little nugget over there.
Glad I went down there.
Yes. Good little nugget there for you.
That's a great nugget, a big nugget.
And here's Case Shear to lead things off here for the Falcons. The righty against the righty Graydon Plume, and Plume's first pitch a little high for ball one, and we have the brand new scoreboard out in right field. I don't think we're going to be able to get a view of it for you, though, with our camera, just because we have some of the windows that kind of block us from going too high up as far as the camera position. We can see it here from the press box. Plume coming back with a breaking ball and finding the strike zone, even up the count at 1-1.
That was a good breaking ball, Brian, by Plume, and it is 1-1 to the leadoff hitter, and the first inning's huge. We'll see if he can get a 1-2-3 inning, or if Connellsville can get some base runners.
Plume's 1-1, comes back with a fastball, grounded and through right between Austin Grego and Clay Dean into left field, and a leadoff single here for Case Shear, and the Falcons in business here in the top half of the first.
Yeah, that ball avoided the two infielders, hit them where they aren't, as they say, and there goes the 1-2-3 inning, a leadoff single for the Falcons. Brings up Ada Newmeyer.
Newmeyer, the second baseman, batting .260 with 3 RBIs so far this season for the Falcons. See how aggressive Shear is over here at first base. Plume's first pitch, fastball in for a strike to Newmeyer. We have seen Plume gain better control, Nick, as the season has progressed. That's certainly a good sign. I know Kenny Musco and the entire Uniontown coaching staff have done a nice job working with Plume, trying to get him a little more control. And it certainly has benefited him as of late. And there, just as I say that, Nick, Plume ends up plunking Newmeyer.
That happens.
Yes.
Best not to say anything, which is hard on radio. But
yes.
First and second, nobody out. And, yeah, that was the bugaboo for the Red Raiders last week. In their first game, at least, against the Mustangs, they hit 6 batters and hit a few more in the game Saturday. But not the start you wanted of your Plume and the Red Raiders. Single and a hit batter for the number 3 hitter.
Now Matthew Firestone coming to the plate, the first baseman, batting .339 with 13 runs batted in so far this season. First pitch in there for a strike. You actually had Firestone kind of back out a little bit. Thought I was going to clip him there on the inside, but you had Plume catching the inside corner for a strike.
Absolutely, and that sun could be a factor here in the early innings as we see Tanner Uphold in left struggling with the sun with his hand up, and we'll see when we get a fly ball how that factors into the game.
0-1, fastball upstairs, evens up the count at 1-1. I know you're ready for the sun tonight, looking sharp, Nick, with your shades.
Absolutely, yes. I do have a hoodie on, which is stupid of me, but when I
You're
left
still
this
rolling
morning,
in like a superstar tonight.
Thank you, Brian. Well, that's high praise. I'm no Gary or Tony or Steve, but big shoes, my friend.
1-1, Plume to Firestone. This ball popped up down the third baseline into left field, moving over to the line, and making the catch there is Uphold for the first out of the inning. Runners have to retreat. Good job out there in left from Tanner Uphold to make that catch for the first out of the inning.
A great job by Uphold, ranging to his right, and talked about how he was shielding his eyes from the sun. He makes that play in fair ground, and just like that, Plume has his much-needed first out to bring up the big DH, Jake Lee.
And Lee batting .340. He's homered twice and driven in 15 runs so far this season for the Falcons. Again, comes to the plate here with Shear on second, Newmeyer on first, and 1 out here in the top half of the first inning.
Reminds me of Matt Stairs. I know you're a big Major League Baseball fan, Brian, and a right-handed Matt Stairs.
Fastball high, well upstairs that time, 1-0 to Jake Lee.
Stairs always said his only object when he went up there was to swing the bat as hard as he could and hit the ball as far as he could. So he wasn't a single sitter, and I don't think Mr. Lee is either.
Still a pretty good average, though, a 340 entering this game.
Yeah.
Plume's 1-0 here to Lee. Fastball low. Good block there from Jack White. And White kind of in a tough spot here as well with 2 runners on and 1 out here in the inning. Can't let one slip by him.
No, and it was a good stop by White, who had to take a lot of pitches out of the dirt in the games against the Mustangs last week. And Plume's ready for his offering.
2-0 count. Comes back with a breaking ball. Good pitch for a strike. Takes the count to 2-1.
His breaking stuff's working early and tries to get out of this jam.
And the Red Raiders will find out who they will be taking on in the first round of the WPIAL playoffs tomorrow when the WPIAL playoff pairings come out. Games could start as early as Monday, depending on the classification. 2-1 here. Big time cut from Lee. Hopped away from White. Runners will advance. Shearer gets down to third and Newmeyer into second. So now 2 in scoring position, but an even 2-2 count now on the hitter Jake Lee.
This is what Lee lives for here. Second and third, 1 out. He's ready to go here. 2 in scoring position for the cleanup hitting DH.
And he's driven in 15 so far this season. Opportunity to add to it here in the Falcons' final regular season game. 2-2 pitch fouled off. Might have been a little high, but Lee stays alive. The count remains 2-2.
Playoff game starting Monday, so this will be your last free weekend for a while, Brian.
Yeah, you never know. Most of the time, though, they play the games during the week. We've had a couple of weekend.
We do have some live broadcasts, though, coming up, Brian. We'll be busy.
Following weekend. We're actually a big broadcast, at least for us. We'll talk a little bit about it later on in the broadcast as well. We're going to broadcast the Fayette County Miracle League game a week from Sunday. Tony and Sarah are going to join me for that one, as that one is chopped here to short. Grego, the throw over to first in time. It does drive in a run. So Jake Lee picks up his 16th RBI of the season, driving in Shear for the first run scored of this game for the Falcons as they lead 1-0 here in the top of the first.
Not Lee's favorite kind of RBI, I'm sure, but an RBI nonetheless. And it is 1-0 Falcons here.
And Bo Bigham will be the 5th Falcon at bat here in the top half of the first inning, coming in with a .233 average. 2 runs batted in. Takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1.
Plume looking to bounce back from a little shaky start with the single in the hit batter. 2 outs now, and wants to strand this man at third, obviously, and get the sticks.
Hey, good game, though, for Plume to learn here on the mound as the starting pitcher for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Comes back, gets a swing and a miss out of Bo Bigham. Of course, the Red Raiders will lose their ace, Christian Thomas, to graduation in the offseason. They will have Tate Musco back, who's been their number 2 on the mound for next year. Musco, a junior. Certainly losing Thomas will hurt next season. 2-strike pitch on the way, called strike 3. And down goes Bo Bigham, first strikeout of the game for Graydon Plume, as the Falcons pick up a run here in the top half of the first inning. We'll move to the bottom of the first, 1-0. Connellsville over Uniontown here on the CR Brada Group High School Sports Night broadcast presented by Penn Residential, Central Marcom, Amy's Quote Room, and Jackson Farms Dairy Store.
Naming, logo design, website development, or how to effectively use social media, contact Dana at Central Marcom. Dana's experience spans 18 years and includes working with local businesses as well as national and international brands on various types of marketing projects. Learn more about Central Marcom's capabilities and view their portfolio at centralmarcom.com. That's ESSENTIALMARCOM.com, or email Dana at centralmarcom.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
Back here at Bailey Park for the folks on the radio side that might have dropped off there towards the tail end of the top of the first. The Falcons picking up one run on an RBI ground out from Jake Lee, driving in Case Shear, so it's 1-0. Falcons over the Red Raiders. We move to the bottom of the first inning. Uniontown coming to bat, and here's Nick with our lineup.
Yeah, and they have to face the lefty, Brian. We'll see what Kenny Musco's Red Raiders can do against the southpaw. And leading off and playing at second base is number 10, Mason Kuhn. Batting second and playing at first base, number 26, Tate Musco. Batting third, playing at short for Uniontown, number 7, Austin Grego. Wyatt Nails in the cleanup spot, DH, number 99. Number 33 bats fifth, third baseman Clay Dean. As here's the game's at the bottom of the first pitch.
Mason Kuhn to lead things off, and a little check swing. He did not go in the first pitch called, ball one.
And after Dean, it's Christian Thomas, number 14 in center field. Batting sixth, batting seventh is Tyler Hawk. He's in right field wearing number 3. Tanner Uphold in the 8th spot, the left fielder, number 23.
1-0 pitch finds the strike zone, evens up the count at 1-1.
And after Uphold batting ninth and catching is Jack White, number 8. Pitching is Graydon Plume, the right-hander for the Red Raiders. And as mentioned, the Red Raiders and Kuhn are facing the left-hander tonight.
1-1 pitch, good breaking ball there from Bigham. Swing and a miss from Kuhn. Takes the count to 1-2. Defensively for Connellsville, they have Case Shear in left, Logan Thomas in center, and Luke Pushkar in right. Around the horn, Anthony Pisecki playing third, Taryn Kemp playing short, Aiden Newmeyer playing second. Swing and a miss, and down goes Kuhn for the first out of this bottom of the first inning. And playing first is Matthew Firestone. Ethan Schultz is catching, Bo Bigham pitching. For Bigham, his 8th appearance on the season, enters the game with a 3-3 record, 3.17 ERA. It's worked 40 1/3 innings, given up 50 hits, 23 runs, only 18 of them earned. Nicky struck out 46 and walked only 10 so far this season, making now 47 strikeouts as he sent down Kuhn to get this game started as Tate Musco now takes ball one from Bigham.
Sounds and looks like an ace. Brian, and he looks good out there. A lefty, it's tough for a high school team. They don't face many of them, but young man, number 7, looks good.
And Bigham working quickly, counting out 2-0 to Tate Musco, the junior, coming into the game with a 294 average. Now Bigham finding the strike zone, taking the count to 2-1. Musco without a home run, but has driven in 10 runs so far this season. You might even see him pitch an inning or two later on today as Bigham's 2-1 a little low, takes the count now to 3-1.
Been a self-imposed pitch clock for Mr. Bigham. His high school doesn't have one officially, but he's working like they do. He's very efficient out there.
When you're confident you can throw like that, and Bo Bigham's doing just that as Musco fouls off the 3-1. Actually attempted a bunt there, trying to use his speed to his advantage, but fouled it off, trying to catch the Falcons off guard. So the count now full of 3-2. His dad Kenny coaching third for the Red Raiders here today.
And Uniontown, I think, already realizes they're working against an ace here and get on first any way you can. Trying to bunt for a hit if you have speed. Mr. Musco does, and didn't work out, though.
I think from the Connellsville perspective, Nick, they have nothing to lose. They can throw all their arms here at full strength if they want to against Uniontown. The Red Raiders just have to obviously be mindful of the fact that they could end up playing on Monday, so you don't want to use a guy like Thomas or Musco for multiple innings in this situation and end up having a sore arm on 3 days rest on Monday if you end up having a WPIAL playoff game then. And now, did Tate end up getting clipped there on that last bunt attempt?
I think he's banged up as he's now down in a crouching position, and his father and the assistant coach and the training staff now over.
The UPMC Centers for Rehab Services injury timeout. In fact, Jim Burns, one of the Uniontown assistant coaches, the head of UPMC Centers for Rehab Services, is down there as well, taking a look at Musco. That's the last thing you need if you're the Red Raiders. If you're starting first baseman, number 2 pitcher, getting nicked on a bunt attempt in your final regular season non-conference game with the playoffs on the horizon early on next week.
Yeah, that's not good at all, but hopefully Mr. Musco's all right and he can stay in this game, or if short of that, he's ready for the postseason next week. It's not a serious injury. I didn't really see, Brian, what happened there, but I guess he did get nicked up.
Yeah, it was just a bunt attempt, and I thought it went off the bat, but obviously he either got a piece of him or he moved wrongly trying to run down towards first, but he looks like he's in some pretty good pain right now.
Sure. And the one bright spot is that it rattles Mr. Bingham maybe. Bo Bingham, his confidence, or his, not confidence, but his...
Maybe he throws his timing off.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
His timing. He was working so quickly there and throwing strikes. And, you know, you obviously want Tate Musco's health is the number one priority. But if you throw the starter's timing off, hey, win any way you can, get a...
He's coming out, Nick.
Mental advantage any way you can. Yeah, he is. And, well, that's very unfortunate for Tate Musco and the Red Raiders.
Now, Tate Musco, Uniontown starting first baseman, now exiting the game. Now, Tate could re-enter with the high school rules if he feels a little bit better later on in the game, but whoever replaces Tate then would be ineligible to come back into the game on the re-entry rule for high school baseball.
There you
So
go.
something to be mindful of, but I would think probably the only way you're putting Tate back in is if you're 100% confident that he's all right.
Sure.
With the playoffs on the horizon, but certainly seemed like a painful occurrence there for Tate Musco. And now the Red Raiders will have to make a decision that counts 3-2. And they're going to bring in here on the Uniontown side
Number 19, that is Hunter Smiley.
Hunter Smiley getting an opportunity to hit.
I'm sure he wasn't expecting this.
No.
Young man is like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to hit here.
And you enter with the count at 3-2, and he'll swing at the pitch and chop it here to first. And making a little flip, the first baseman Firestone to the pitcher Bigham, covering the bag for the second out of the inning. I think Smiley kind of did his job, though, Nick. Protected the plate, knew it was a 3-2 count, at least put it in play. But now 2 outs recorded here in the bottom of the first inning. And you'll have Austin Grego now coming to the plate.
You obviously want to get on base. That's the goal of every batter. But came in, he was not exactly fresh. Not think he was going to play at all tonight. Certainly not starting, but ground out to the right side, 2 away for Grego.
And Grego swings to the first pitch and fouls it off. Count 0-1. The junior shortstop entering with a .380 average. A homer and 14 RBIs for Austin Grego so far this season. Now the 0-1 to Grego. And therefore a strike, 0-2. Now, Nick, how do you refer to? You're a big baseball guy. When I was doing a playoff game last year, Lanny Fratteri was behind me doing the next game and told me I was saying,
the pressure you were under.
He's told me it should not be called RBIs. It should be RBI.
Technically, yes. There's no such thing as a run batted ins, but I've heard prominent baseball announcers say RBIs.
I just know you're a big-time baseball aficionado, much more than myself. So
I am. I think Vince Scully, the late great Mr. Scully, referred to it as well as RBI, but they're not POW.
Yes.
You know, prisoner of war. So yeah, not to equate that to baseball, but
0-2. Just off the plate there to Grego, takes it to 1-2.
I've heard both. I've heard great announcers say RBIs, and
I figure if I was wrong, you would be the person to correct me.
Well, Lanny
with all
can
of
do
your
that.
baseball knowledge.
Lanny's better than all of us in this booth combined.
1-2 pitch called, strike 3. Good pitch there on the inside corner. Second strikeout of the inning for Bo Bigham. Red Raiders retired in order here in the bottom of the first. We'll go to the second with Connellsville leading Uniontown 1-0 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night broadcast presented by Penn Residential, Essential Marcom, Amy's Quilt Room, and Jackson Farms Dairy Store.
Going on now at Sea Harbor Chevrolet.
Our customers can save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado with special financing and employee pricing. Chevrolet, find new roads. Offer is valid with purchases of 2022 and 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with 2.7-liter engine. Includes Chevrolet loyalty. Must have a 2009 Chevrolet passenger car or truck in the same household. Up to $10,000 off approved credit through GM Financial. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000. Sale ends May 31st, 2023.
Penn Residential is a human services agency providing around-the-clock services and supports for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Their residential homes are located in local communities to offer residents quality care while also encouraging autonomy. They're a fast-growing company offering rewarding employment opportunities to direct support professionals interested in making positive impacts in the lives of others. ESP positions start at $16 an hour and will receive a full benefit package after 90 days. For more information about current career opportunities, visit PennResidentialInc.com/careers.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases. But most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation, and there are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Top of the second inning as we're back for high school baseball. It's 1-0 Connellsville leading Uniontown. And Logan Thomas leads off, the center fielder. Number 1 for the Falcons against the Red Raiders right-hander Graydon Plume.
Nick, how about this little nugget? Both center fielders named Thomas tonight.
How about that?
Christian on the Uniontown side and Logan for Connellsville.
I like that. Nice little quirk. That one misses for ball 1.
Logan coming in with a 178 average. 8 runs driven in so far this season for the Falcons center fielder.
Great to have that scoreboard out in right field, Brian. It's like we're doing a major league game. I don't know what the count is. As that one misses up and in for ball 2.
Makes it a little bit easier for us.
Absolutely.
Don't have to pay as much attention as we did when there was no scoreboard, right?
Oh, we're always into the game. Plume looking in as he comes set. Working with his battery mate, Jack White. Again, Tate Musco, for now, out of the game for the Red Raiders, getting banged up on an attempted bunt last inning as that one misses 3-0 to Thomas. See how the Red Raiders fare now without their number 2 hitting first baseman, Hunter Smiley, came in as Plume's 3-0 is a fastball in for a strike. Taking all the way was Logan Thomas, and it's 3-1.
It certainly changes things defensively a little bit as well. When Musco's not pitching, he's your everyday first baseman, and now you have to pull Smiley over there. So an opportunity for Smiley playing a little defense over at first base.
Absolutely. This one's in the air to center, and that's going to drop into right center as Christian Thomas looked like he was going to make that one easily, but it drops in, and the throw comes into the cutoff man and into second with a leadoff double. It's Thomas.
Well, I think the sun certainly affected that. Thomas stood still.
He did.
And it looked like the ball was maybe coming at him the way he was moving, and the ball actually dropped between Thomas and center and Tyler Hawk in right. It ends up being a leadoff double to start the top of the second inning for Logan Thomas and the Connellsville Falcons.
Yes, Thomas's fly ball drums in front of Thomas, and there you go. It's a leadoff double to right center field. Runner at second, nobody out. 1-0 Connellsville as they lead and bat in the second, and this one misses to Anthony Piasecki, who bats 7th and plays at third. Right-hand batter.
Piasecki coming in with a 231 average and 7 runs driven in so far this season.
So a good start for the Falcons. You're right, no pressure on them as they had a run in the first on a hit and a hit batter. Stranded one, and now runner at second, nobody out. Off speed is in for a strike now. 1-1 of Piasecki. See if the bottom half of the Falcons lineup can get to Plume.
Interesting to see how long Plume works in this game. Again, Kenny Musco told us basically a bullpen game, but he'd give Plume an opportunity to start the game with a couple of innings.
That's a fastball, and it misses in 2-1.
Now, obviously, you might have lost one of your pitching options today in Tate Musco if they wanted to give him an inning or two to get ready for the playoffs next week. Well, that's not going to happen with Tate getting dinged up in that bottom half of the first inning.
Yeah, certainly changes the strategy for Coach Musco, and for it to happen in the first inning now, it's a major issue instead of happening later in the ball game. Have to deal with that all game. That's a strike call to Piasecki. It's 2-2 now to the third baseman. Has a runner out in scoring position for him.
Hitter 6, 7, and 8 batting to start this inning for Connellsville.
Plume comes set, gets the sign from White. Checking on the runner off of second, Logan Thomas. Grego right behind him at short, and stepping off is Plume.
Actually, Piasecki called time.
Yeah, exactly. Piasecki calls time, and Thomas steps off. Now he's ready to go with a 2-2 offering. Comes set, the right-hander kicks and delivers. That one in the dirt goes to the left of White. Heading down for third is Logan Thomas. He slides on his stomach. Throw down to Dean at third, not in time. Runner at third, nobody out for the Falcons.
They just got away from White a little bit there, and the speedy Logan Thomas getting down to third base. Now he's set. Again, the Falcons scoring a run in the top of the first inning as Jake Lee drove in Case Shear. The game's only run so far.
That's what happens when you get your leadoff runner on, as Connellsville has in both innings. It's easy to get those runners home instead of doing all your magic with 2 outs. As swinging and missing is Piasecki. Second strikeout for Plume, 1 away with a runner at third.
Certainly the Red Raiders needing that. Getting an out recorded here in the top of the second inning. Now Luke Pushkar batting from the 8th position in the batting lineup, coming to the plate.
Now, Brian, this warms my heart. He wears number 21, and he's in right field. That is just everyone in the stadium is, I'm sure, that loves the Pirates, and baseball history loves that.
He's batted pretty well this season, Nick, from the 8th position, batting .385.
I don't think Clemente ever hit 8th, but
no,
you never know.
A 3 runs driven in, maybe very early on in his career.
Maybe, the grade one. Fastball check, swingy did go, says home plate umpire Mark Grant. Did not need any help from the descendant of Marty Schottenheimer.
I would tell you the story of my wife and I when we first started dating. Again, she wasn't originally from Pittsburgh. First time she ever went to a Pirate game. I guess the rest of the story after this pitch.
This one swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
And we're walking across the Roberto Clemente Bridge, and she said, "Who's Roberto Clemente?"
Oh, boy.
Yes, no boy.
Now, were you married at the time?
No, we just started dating.
And you decided to marry this woman?
Yes.
Well, let's just get back to the game.
She knows who Clemente is now.
Well, I would hope so.
Yep.
Not sure what to say to that. Is swinging and missing for the second strikeout of the inning, and second out of the inning is Pushkar. But God love her, you got her a book, and she read about him, and I'm sure she's a big fan.
Hopefully I don't get locked out of the house going, huh?
Yeah. Hey, we can't know everything.
So 2 down, back-to-back strikeouts for Graydon Plume, and now Taryn Kemp coming to the plate.
Absolutely. Kemp's up, the shortstop. 2 outs, runner at third. Connellsville's up 1-0 in the second. And a cut and a miss as Plume looks to settle down after the leadoff hit. He has struck out 3, has not looked bad, but has given up 1 run, and runner off of third now for the Falcons.
But again, Nick, just going back and watching Plume last year develop into this year, the control is so much better than it was even a season ago, and it's great to see that development from Plume.
Fastball, swing and a miss again, and 2 strikes now on Kemp.
And Kemp entered the game with just a 167 average, looking for his first run batted in so far this season.
He'd love to get it here. 2-out situation in the second inning. Falcons up 1-0. They have a run on 2 hits, and the offering is going to miss low and in for ball 1.
Now, if the Red Raiders get out of this, Nick, with no damage being done, considering the fact that Logan Thomas picked up a double to start the inning, then stole third, I think you'd certainly take it. 2 strikeouts in a row already for Plume, trying to make it 3 in a row here.
Yeah, could strike out the side and leave that leadoff double at third, and that one gets away from White. Breaking for home is Kemp, and he's going to slide in, heading down to first, and out at first.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Do we have replay? We do not, but out at first, so Kemp's retired.
And that run does not count.
It does not. So that's the 3rd out. Kemp is down, and the runner Thomas is stranded, so no runs on a hit, a man left. And let's move now to the bottom of the second. Connellsville still in front, though, 1-0 over Uniontown. As again, that run does not count. The Falcons still up 1-0, though the Red Raiders come to bat. See our Parado Group High School Sports Night on WMBS, Facebook Live, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
And we're back here. Beautiful night for baseball as we go to the bottom of the second. Connellsville leading Uniontown 1-0. And the Falcons thought they had a run as Kemp struck out. Ball got away from Jack White on the pitch from Graydon Plume. And they were able to get the 2-3 put out there to complete the out. And strand Logan Thomas at third. After the Falcons got a run in the first, the Red Raiders were sat down Brian 1-2-3 in the first. And Wyatt Nails is the batter against the lefty Bo Bigham.
Took the first pitch for a strike.
And that one misses 1-1 of the cleanup hitting DH number 99. It's 4, 5, and 6 for the Red Raiders looking for their first base runner and hit. The lefty kicks and delivers. That one misses low, ball 2, 2-1.
And Nails just great numbers coming into this game. 431 average, 2 home runs, 20 runs driven in. Mentioned junior DH today.
Great stat line as he cuts and misses there. Counts now even at 2-2. 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning in the first for the lefty Bingham, and he kicks and delivers on a swing and a miss. That one in the dirt as they try to throw it around. Schultz throws it over the head of Pisecki, but they still get the strikeout. Strikeout number 3 already for Bingham. Second swinging strikeout. 4 up, 4 down, and 1 away, and the batter now is third baseman Clay Dean, number 33, hitting in the 5th spot, right-hand batter.
And Dean, like Nails, pretty good numbers, Nick. 304 average, a homer, had it here at Bailey Park. 11 runs driven in, third baseman for the Red Raiders.
First offering to Dean, swings and misses of the fastball 0-1, and Bingham with a 1-run lead here, mowing him down in the second. See how many base runners the Red Raiders get tonight at this rate. So that one's low for a ball, 1-1.
You just look at the strikeouts to walks ratio for Bingham coming in. We mentioned 46-10, now 49-10. After 3 strikeouts early on in this game, Red Raiders haven't had a base runner yet.
Looking for his 50th strikeout of the season here, but just wants to get outs any way he can and want to end the season on a high note. 2-1 now as he steps off, and now we're ready to go on the rubber. The southpaw kicks and delivers, and fouling that one off to the backstop is Dean Thomas, is on deck, the number 6 batter for the Red Raiders. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No wind at all, just a gorgeous night. We're in the 70s, just after 7. Lights are on. Here on the second Thursday in May, and a swing and a miss. Dean's down on strikes. They'll be throwing it around a lot tonight. And it's 5 up, 5 down with 4 strikeouts and a ground out for Bingham. 50 strikeouts on the year for the lefty.
Yeah, the only time the Red Raiders put a ball in play was Smiley, who came in to replace Musco. Remember, that was on a 3-2 pitch. Actually grounded off to first. The play was made there from Firestone on a little flip off to Bingham.
Yeah, 1-0 could be all we need tonight, and Bingham looking like Mitch Keller did the other night for the Bucks. Pirates have lost 9 of their last 10. The one they won was Monday. Keller was masterful in a less than 2-hour game, Brian.
Yeah, I think it's an hour and 56 minutes. Can't beat that. And the way Bingham's working, you like this, Nick. Very confident, just steps up right to the mound and gets the sign and is set to go. Right now, he's just waiting for Christian Thomas.
And if he could have started every game, maybe the Falcons have a better record. I do not see them all this year, but just looking at the numbers, you know, I'm sure they have talent out there, but certainly not the record they wanted here at the end of the year. But young man's working well. Now it's a 1-2 count to Thomas.
I think a lot just has to do with the strength of that conference they played in this year.
Sure, absolutely. Swing and a miss. My goodness, Thomas is down on strikes. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. 3 strikeouts in the inning. 5 in the game for Bingham, and that's the second inning. Let's go to the third here at Bailey as Connellsville leads Uniontown 1-0. High school baseball on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night on WMBS, Facebook Live, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Amy's Quilt Room is a full-service quilt room located in Uniontown, offering retail goods and an ample sewing classroom, welcoming sewers of all skill levels, from beginners to advanced. If you're enthusiastic about sewing, you may even want to consider joining the Quilty Pleasures Quilt Club at Amy's Quilt Room. You'll stitch fabric in friendship with every project. For more information, visit amysquiltroom.com or stop in to see them at 20 West Penn Street, Uniontown. Amy's Quilt Room, a fresh and modern twist to a timeless tradition.
I'm attorney Bill Martin, partner at Radcliffe Law. I have experience in workplace accident cases for nearly 15 years. Have you been hurt at work and are trying to navigate a workers' compensation claim? Are you being treated unfairly by your employer? When you're hurt at work, your employer's main goal is to get you back to work, but you may not be physically ready to do that. If you find yourself in a similar situation, call us at Radcliffe Law, 724-439-3939. We'll meet with you at no cost. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family-owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Back here at Bailey Park, moving to the top of the third. Still a 1-0 lead for the Connellsville Falcons over the Uniontown Red Raiders. Top of the order due up here for the Falcons in the top of the third. Shear, Newmeyer, and Firestone facing Graydon Plume, who starts his third inning of work and misses with a first pitch that actually bounced off the plate to Case Shear, who singled to left field and scored Connellsville's lone run back in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, Brian Plume has just given up 2 hits, but the way Bingham's pitching, you know, the young man might get the loss here at 1-0. He's got to put up zeros here to match the Connellsville lefty, and now it's the second time through the order. Sure, with the single, as you mentioned.
Let's see if the Red Raiders can get the bats going, though, too, Nick. Still pretty early on.
Yeah. Here
in the top of the third, 1-0 pitch here. Fastball, swing and a miss from Shear. Evens up the count at 1-1.
It's a hearty swing there from the leadoff hitter.
And you had a real long Uniontown Laurel Highlands game here at Bailey on Friday night.
Absolutely. A game LH won 11-3, and then Laurel Highlands beat Uniontown at Landman Field 8-2.
Plume finds the strike zone again. Yep. Takes the count to 1-2. Funny thing about Friday's game, the scheduled start was around 7 o'clock. Umpires didn't show up. I don't think you actually got things started until, 7:30, 7:45. And the game ended close to 11 o'clock.
It was a marathon evening here at Bailey.
1-2 pitch to Shear again. A little low. White on the block. Count even at 2-2.
Great block by White. Now the home plate umpire, Mark Gran, will buy him some time and wipe off home plate. I think he maybe got nicked up there.
You mentioned Bill Schottenheimer being related to Marty Schottenheimer. No surprise, though, there, Nick, with Marty originally being from Western Pennsylvania.
That's right. And had a great career as the head coach of the Chiefs and Chargers, I believe. And
Browns, too.
The Browns, that's right. I'm sure if Marty would have had Mahomes when he was in Kansas City, he would have won a Super Bowl.
He was the head coach, I think, when they had Bernie Kosar on those late 80s teams. Remember the fumble from Ernest Biner?
That's right.
The 89 AFC Championship against the – actually, I think it happened twice. You had the drive.
The drive game against the Denver Broncos?
Yeah, there was two years in a row they lost. You won on the Biner fumble, and then I think – there was another Elway drive game, and they went down twice in the AFC Championship game.
John Elway is one of the best.
Yeah, count now 3-2. Here to Case Shear. With Graydon Plume pitching, and the Falcons leading the Red Raiders by a score of 1-0. Plume likes to work from the stretch, even with no one on base. 3-2 pitch on the way here. Chopped to second. Mason Kuhn is there. A little flip off to Hunter Smiley. Stays on the bag as Shear retired 4-3. For the first out of this top of the third.
First time tonight that Connellsville has not had their leadoff runner reach. Single in the first, a double in the second, and a ground out, though, to start. The third brings up Newmeyer.
And Brian Morozak with you alongside Nick Barczyk. Sarah Camp behind the camera. Billy Dice manning our score hub tonight. His son Manny's up in the press box with us as well this evening. And Bill Madden back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. And Newmeyer, who's hit by a pitch last time up, takes the first pitch here from Plume for strike one.
I think Manny wants our job, Brian, and who can blame him?
He's big into cameras. He has his own YouTube channel.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Is he an influencer?
I don't know. We'll talk to Billy and Manny maybe in between innings and find out how many subscribers he has. That one a little inside to Aiden Newmeyer. Evens up the count at 1-1. I think it's his channel is Manny Makes Movies.
Oh, beautiful.
So you might want to look that
alliterative,
up.
Yeah.
Maybe he can get a couple more subscribers from the folks.
He's the next Scorsese.
Yes, watching our broadcast. 1-1 on the way. A little high and inside. Of course, influenced by his dad, Bill Dice, our videographer.
Very talented man.
Manny wants to follow in his footsteps.
And Sarah doing a great job with the camera tonight.
Great crew here at WMBS.
She hasn't missed half the game like I do when I man it.
2-1 on the way, and that one missing as well to take the count to 3-1 to Aiden Newmeyer. It's certainly nice. Now we have the press box here at Bailey Park, the scoreboard out in right field. It's great to see all the improvements the city of Uniontown has made to the facilities here. Of course, have to thank the mayor, Bill Girk, and Mookie John put in a lot of time as well down here. Joe Walkos does a nice job manning the field, and all the other folks from the city who've made all of this possible, along with the Uniontown baseball boosters and head coach Kenny Muska.
It is a great setup down here, and the view is beautiful as well with the mountains. My goodness.
3-1 pitch called strike.
Ooh.
Evens things up at 3-2.
Aiden Newmeyer didn't like it.
And busy in the city tonight. You have bingo down at the Uniontown VFW Social Hall. I know we had trouble.
I heard that on radio bingo this morning.
Yes, yes. Bingos are busy on Thursdays in Uniontown.
Sure.
Now the payoff pitch on the way, and that's a called strike 3.
Woo.
So Graydon Plume picks up his 5th strikeout of the game, Nick, and he's actually struck out 4 of the last 5 batters he's faced.
Yep.
Kind of getting into a groove here on the Uniontown side, and Coach Kenny might want to ride Plume a few more innings here today if he continues to pitch the way he has so far now with Matthew Firestone coming to the plate.
The pitcher's duel tonight, Plume with the strikeout. 2 outs, nobody on, but now facing the number 3 hitter. That one misses. Yep.
First pitch to Firestone misses low. Firestone flew out to left fielder Tanner Uphold. Last time up in his first at-bat, Tanner, Red Raiders senior, playing his final regular season game here at Bailey Park tonight as well.
Uphold had to go a long way to get that one near the foul line, but made the catch. Sun not as much of a factor as it was about a half hour ago.
1-0 pitch finds the strike zone, evens up the count at 1-1 against Sunset, scheduled for 8:28 tonight.
Oh, that's official.
At Bailey Park. Count now 1-1.
Yeah, just a gorgeous night. No clouds, no wind.
Perfect temperature.
Blue sky, perfect temperatures. That one misses up and in.
Takes the count now to 2-1. In top of the 3rd inning, Falcons batting, leading the Red Raiders 1-0. Pitchers duel so far. Red Raiders without a hit so far in this contest as well. Now the 2-1 here, Plume to Firestone. Breaking ball called strike. Evens up the count at 2-2. And Plume's done a nice job mixing in that breaking pitch with the fastball. The fastball's always been his strong suit throughout his career, but getting that breaking ball to find the strike zone has certainly improved his ability to be effective out on the mound. 2-2 missed low and insides. Now we're full of 3-2.
That was a fastball that missed, but you're right, the breaking ball has worked for him tonight. And see what he offers here with a 3-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on, and the Falcons up 1-0 in the 3rd.
And he's had more success with a breaking ball as his out pitch so far tonight. Let's see what he offers here. 3-2 to Firestone. No, comes back with the heat, missed low. And that's a 2-out walk issued from Plume to Firestone. First time Firestone's on base in this game. And the Falcons have a base runner here with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Their cleanup hitter, Jake Lee, coming to the plate. Lee picked up Connellsville's lone RBI of the game. Ended up as a 6-3 ground out. Now 16 RBIs for Jake Lee on the season. Drove in Case Shear and now has Matthew Firestone on base. And watch for Firestone to maybe get the legs a-churning here on the base paths, trying to get in a scoring position as Lee swings and misses with the first pitch there from Plume.
Yeah, fastball there, and Lee swung right through it. And again, Lee has a runner on, not in scoring position, but a runner at first with 2 out.
I'll throw back to the bag, and back safely there is Lee. And you wonder with the speed of that fastball from Firestone if that might make, or the speed of the fastball from Plume, if that might make Firestone a little hesitant to try to steal here.
Not going
Next
here.
Pitch on the way, another fastball inside. Evens up the count now 1-1 from Plume to Lee.
Smiley holding on Firestone at first. Smiley in for the injured Tate Musco, and see what they decide to do in the base paths, up 1 with 2 out.
Now Plume steps off. Count remains even at 1-1. Again, we'll have high school baseball playoff action for you next week. We'll post over the weekend on our WMBS Facebook page and let you know on the air as well what our playoff matchups will be. 1-1 on the way. And another breaking ball missed to Lee to take the count to 2-1. Be ideal for us, Nick, if we can get Uniontown and Laurel Highlands at the same venue.
Oh, if only. And I'm sure the WPIAL, when they meet to make these pairings, think about us and all the local radio stations.
We actually did a doubleheader last year, W&J. Remember, Connellsville and California played on Election Day back-to-back.
That's right.
2 games at once.
So that was a long day for you.
I actually started that day. I played golf in the morning up in Apollo at Apollo Elks Golf Course.
Wow.
Went up, did the doubleheader, then I worked election night coverage with you.
Then you slept for 4 days.
No, that was back in the office like 9 o'clock Wednesday morning.
I know you were.
We did the Uniontown playoff game against Knock at Norwin the next day.
I'm sure.
So it was a busy.
Better memory than I.
Yeah, 2-2 on the way. Called strike 3. And that'll do it for this top half of the 3rd inning. So Plume now has mowed down 6 Falcons in this game. Still 1-0 Connellsville over Uniontown. It's moved to the bottom of the 3rd here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night broadcast presented by Penn Residential, Central Marcom, Amy's Quilt Room, and Jackson Farms Dairy Store.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy East in New Alexandria. Our customers can save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado with special financing and employee pricing. Chevrolet, find new roads. Offer is valid with purchases of 2022 and 2023 Silverado 1500 crew cab with 2.7-liter engine. Includes Chevrolet loyalty. Must have a 2009 Chevrolet passenger car or truck in the same household. Up to $10,000 off approved credit through GM Financial. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231. Sale ends May 31st, 2023.
NovaCare Rehabilitation is now in Masontown. Using a personalized plan of care and one-on-one sessions, NovaCare gives you an advantage in rehabilitation. Dr. Haley Cruiser and our professional staff are certified to use industry-leading treatments, including LVST Big Therapy for Parkinson's disease, which increases mobility, improves balance, and decreases time necessary to complete tasks. These services supplement NovaCare's exceptional orthopedic, concussion, and vestibular dysfunction resources. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call our new Masontown office on Route 21 McClellantown Road at 724-491-5220.
Are you a small business owner who needs marketing help? Whether you're seeking a marketing professional to partner with on an ongoing basis or need assistance with a specific project, you'll want the expertise found at Essential Marcom. Central Marcom specializes in working with clients to build brands and establish effective messaging to reach customers. Whether you're starting up or expanding your business or need guidance on naming, logo design, website development, or how to effectively use social media, contact Dana at Essential Marcom. Dana's experience spans 18 years and includes working with local businesses as well as national and international brands on various types of marketing projects. Learn more about Essential Marcom's capabilities and view their portfolio at essentialmarcom.com. That's ESSENTIALMARCOM.com or email Dana at essentialmarcom.com.
Back here at Bailey Park, moving to the bottom of the third inning, still 1-0. The Connellsville Falcons leading the Uniontown Red Raiders. So far, Nick, in this game, 5 strikeouts for Bo Bigham, the Connellsville pitcher. Red Raiders looking for their first hit of the night. They'll have hitters 7, 8, and 9 coming to the plate here in the bottom of the third. Tyler Hawk, Tanner Uphold, and Jack White. Again, if you're just joining us, the news on the Uniontown side, not good for Tate Musco, their starting first baseman. Got nicked on a bunt attempt. First time up, had to get removed from the game. Hunter Smiley came in to replace Tate. We hope Tate's all right for the playoffs next week.
Absolutely. That's the number one priority, not really for this game, but for next week.
And quickly, the count 1-1 here to Tyler Hawk, who came in at the game with a 200 average, has driven in 9 runs, senior right fielder for the Uniontown Red Raiders tonight.
You never know, Brian. Maybe the Red Raiders' bottom part of the order can do something. The top half to not.
And Hawk's going to pop this one up. Going right to the second base bag. It'll be the shortstop, Taryn Kemp, who makes the play to retire Hawk for the first outs of this bottom of the third inning.
That was up in the air for a long time.
Only the second time the Red Raiders have put a ball in play in this game. The other was Smiley, who grounded out actually to the first baseman,
3-1.
Matthew Firestone, and then Bigham was covering the bag, so as Nick said, it went 3-1.
7 up, 7 down for Bingham, and it brings up Tanner Uphold. Who's talking to Mr. Musco there.
Uphold came into the game with a .219 average and an RBI so far this season.
See what signs Coach Musco gave Uphold. He misses. Bingham misses on that one, low 1-0.
And good fastball there. Buddy Robert Swope watching on our live stream. Hello to Swopey as that one popped up. On the right side, we'll go out of play.
Matthew Firestone does not decide to jump over the fence and make a run for it.
We had a game earlier on this year, remember, I think it was Jackson, the Red Raiders right fielder, got his foot caught underneath the fence and right. That was also a game, I think you had...
Mr. Jackson's going to get the foul ball
yes. There. I think Tyler Hawk ended up colliding into the right field wall as well, and he was dinged up.
Absolutely.
You had guys down all over the place. Count now 1-2 after the last swing and miss there from Uphold. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way, and Tanner sending that one foul on the right side.
Onto someone's back porch interrupting dinner.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a game at Bailey tonight, honey. Yeah, if you live here in these houses up on the hill and you like baseball, you're set this time of year.
Yeah. It's even better, though, when we were here late March, early April. A check swing, ground ball to first, tough hop, but keeping it in front of him there was Firestone, making the play 3 unassisted for the second out of the inning. Before he actually had the tree coverage up there on the right side, you could see even better, and actually made it even easier to retrieve some of those foul balls. You can see them better on the hill. Now, since we've had about a month of the growing season, those balls on the hill a little bit tougher to find.
The growing season.
Now Jack White coming to the plate, the senior catcher. A couple of RBIs for White so far this season.
A good play at first by Firestone. Looked like a big leaguer out there.
White quickly a strike on him as the lefty Bigham works with the 0-1. Missed on that one, even up the count at 1-1.
Yeah, did not let that hop get to him. And look at this, Brian. 2 2/3 perfect for Bigham.
See if he can keep it going. That pitch missing. Remember, we had a perfect game late in the season 2 years ago from Joe Chambers.
That's right.
That was against Uniontown on the Laurel Highlands side. We see those every once in a while. As finding the strike zone again was Bigham, even if the count at 2-2. And I don't know, Nick, who threw the first no-hitter in Uniontown history, probably way back in the day.
Well, Tony Anula had one for Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, that was the first one in Laurel Highlands history.
One?
Yeah, first one against Mapletown. And Uniontown, they probably started playing baseball a lot earlier than Laurel Highlands. Of course, the Laurel Highlands School District formed
well, you're surrounded
67,
by
68.
Yeah.
They were probably playing on this field in the 20s at Bailey Park in the 1920s.
Between the athletic exploits of Steve Subrick and Tony Hanola, you're surrounded by greatness, Brian.
Yes. Now the count full 3-2, Nick, so the perfect game in jeopardy here if Bigham misses on this pitch to White.
Don't want to lose it to the number 9 hitter.
3-2, White stays alive, fouling it off. Count remains 3-2. That's right, Steve hasn't walked down tonight. Usually a night game at Bailey Park gets him down here.
Is the voice on?
I don't know, you're right. If the voice is on a Thursday, he might be staying at home.
No Pirates tonight. Maybe he's watching the NHL.
3-2 on the way, swing and a miss. So down goes White. That's now 6 strikeouts as Bigham remains perfect through 3. And it's still a 1-0 lead for Connellsville over Uniontown here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night broadcast presented by Penn Residential, Essential Marcom, Amy's Quilt Room, and Jackson Farms Dairy Store.
Does your car sound like it's saying, "Trade me in, trade me in," every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchase your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in, trade me in." Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
I'm Melinda Delarose. As an assistant district attorney, I've protected Fayette County families and fought to uphold our constitutional rights. As a prosecutor and trusted local attorney, I've provided victims of crime with a strong voice and put criminals behind bars. My pledge to you as judge is to follow the law, always maintain the highest ethical standards, and to run a courtroom that's respectful of your time and tax dollars. I'm Melinda Delarose, asking for your vote for judge.
Paid for by friends of Melinda Delarose.
And we move to the 4th inning here at Bailey Park as Connellsville leads Uniontown 1-0. As Bo Bingham, the lefty for the Falcons, has been perfect through 3 with 7 strikeouts.
Nick, you love the history. We got one of our listeners
Yep.
checking in last half inning. The last Uniontown section side, they have to go back to 2000 for the Red Raiders. Of course, they had a shot this year as well, right in the mix with Greater Latrobe. Got swept there and got swept against Laurel Highlands to find themselves 4th place in the conference, but they gave it a run here in 2023.
Yeah, they did, and that was Jason Solarchek's senior year. Quite the athlete.
Yes.
I don't know what would ever happen to that guy, but I think he's doing all right. That one misses up and in for ball 1 to Bo Bingham. Looking to help his own cause tonight. He struck out looking in the first, but his mound exploits will relieve the strikeout he had, and so will that. A single to center, and the Falcons' dugout's alive with that leadoff single to right center.
You haven't had much action. That's the first Connellsville hit since the top of the 2nd when Logan Thomas led off that inning with a double. He stole 3rd, and then you had Plume strike out Pisecki, Pushkar, and Kemp to end that inning.
Absolutely, and now the man with that double in the 2nd is coming up center fielder Logan Thomas, who entered the game with a 178 average, throwing over is Plume, and back safely is Bingham. Smiley holding him on at first. Connellsville up 1-0 in the 4th. Runner at first, nobody out for the number 6 batter. As
showing
charging
bunt.
in is Dean. Yes, showing bunt. Pulls back. That one's low. Throw down by White, and sliding in safely with a stolen base is Bingham. Runner at 2nd, no out for the Falcons.
Yeah, Bingham, good speed there on the base pass to get in a 2nd safely.
Not much White could do there. Throw is fielded by the second baseman, Mason Kuhn, on a bounce.
Were you on those Uniontown baseball teams, Nick, in the 2010s?
I was not.
Okay.
No, unfortunately.
I know you played some Little League.
Some baseball before high school, played a lot in middle school, and let's just say I was better at watching it than playing it, as that one misses to the backstop, and down to third is Bigham. Big smile on his face, and he's having a great night.
A similar situation now to what we saw in the second inning when you had Thomas down on third with nobody out. And now Thomas at the plate with Bigham on third and nobody out. Falcons up 1-0, looking for another run.
And the Falcons in a great position to get another run. Runner at third with no out. Thomas already with a double is stepping off his plume. Home plate umpire Mr. Grant grading timeout there.
And we have Sarah Camp behind the camera. Billy Dice on our score hub tonight. Nick Barczyk doing the play-by-play right now. Brian Morozak, Bill Madden back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios.
Takes a village. Check swing, and going around there is Thomas. Counts now at 2 balls and a strike. And off of third is Bingham. Still nobody out. Connellsville batting up 1-0 in the fourth. So they have 3 hits in this one. And no base runners yet for the Red Raiders. Cutting and missing there on that pitch up in the zone. And it's now 2-2 on Thomas.
Again, I have to thank the Uniontown Baseball Boosters for their support all season, along with some of our featured sponsors, Penn Residential, Essential Marcom, Amy's Quote Room, and Jackson Farms Dairy Store, and all of our sponsors making high school baseball possible.
Infielder's in, trying to cut down on that run, and that one misses. Jack White wants an appeal from Mr. Schonheimer, who's in front of second. He did not swing, and the count's full.
Certainly been another fun high school sports season. Laurel Highlands on the football side making the WPIAL quarters. First ever home state playoff win. Nice run for both Uniontown and Laurel Highlands as far as hoops are concerned as well.
Takes the speed off of that one, swinging a miss. White goes down to first, out there, breaking for home. Throw by Smiley in the dirt, scoring, standing up is Bingham. So they get the strikeout, but the run scores. Connellsville's up 2-0 in the fourth.
Yeah, White in a tough spot there, Nick. He had to make the throw down to first, but he also had to figure Bigham was going to try to run home. And as soon as he fired down to Smiley, Bigham was chasing down to home and got the second run of the game, scored here for the Connellsville Falcons. So now you exchange the out for the run, but the second run across, and Connellsville now leading Uniontown 2-0.
So Bingham's been perfect through 3. He scored one of his team's 2 runs after getting a single, one of the Connellsville 3 hits. And you're right, a tough spot for White. So it's a strikeout 2-3. Bingham scores. The throw by Smiley late in the dirt. Now it's 1-0 to Anthony Pisecki. The third baseman struck out swinging in the second. Plume's 1-0. Fastball in for a strike, 1-1.
Pisecki came into the game with a .231 average. 7 runs driven in so far this season.
Falcons could not have asked for a better start here, up 2-0, and they've yet to allow a base runner on the Red Raiders side as the right-hander delivers, and that one gets Pisecki, the second hit batter of the night. Did that get him?
That might have went off of his bat, Nick.
Oh, might have hit his bat, so a dead ball. Pisecki is not granted first base. I thought that hit him. Did you? I mean,
it was close. Obviously, we didn't have the best vantage point, but the referee pointed like it hit off of his bat, and the count now 2-1.
So indeed a foul ball if that indeed hit Pisecki's bat, and the off-speed pitch is fouled off. So 2 strikes. Pisecki does not get hit by the pitch, so he doesn't get a bruise, but he also not awarded first. 1 out, nobody on, 2-2 on the number 7 hitter. 2-0 Falcons.
Hard to believe, Nick. A lot of teams playing their final conference game of the season tonight. California had to make one up down at West Green. If they get a win, they tie Carmichael's for the Section 1 1A championship.
Still a lot on the line tonight, and swinging and missing there is Pisecki for the second out and second strikeout of the inning for Graydon Plume.
Now has 8 strikeouts in this game, does Plume.
Yes.
There are actually, Nick, 8 conference games played around the WPIAL tonight. McGuffey at Waynesburg, Washington at Burgettstown, Seton LaSalle at Southside Beaver, Riverview at Jeanette, GCC hosting Sarah, California at West Green, and Fort Charity at Jefferson Morgan.
Busy slate on a Thursday as the regular season comes to an end.
They're all makeup games, too. They're all makeup games. Wow. They had to get played today with a committee meeting tomorrow.
Sure. Got to get those in before they meet up in Allegheny County, I presume. So that one misses 1-0. Can't wait to, always great no matter what the sport or level of sport, anything. Always great to have that bracket come out.
Yeah. to see where you're headed, who you're
March
playing.
Madness, could be the NFL, baseball, any high school, college. Love when those playoff pairings are released. And it's now 1-1 to Luke Pushkar. The right fielder struck out swinging in the second, one of 8 Plume strikeouts. And that one is a fastball that misses up in the zone, 2-1.
Also, Valley was supposed to play at Brownsville at 4:15. Apparently, their bus got lost.
Oh, boy.
Could not find Redstone Field, and they didn't get that game started until about 5:30 today.
Google Maps failed again.
Yes.
That happens. We've all had great experiences in Everett, PA, for instance.
Can't find the turnpike there in Everett, can we?
It's a tough one. Me last year, you and Tony this year. And even when you win an award, you can't,
still can't find the turnpike in Bedford.
Overcome the turnpike, yes.
What was also interesting,
3-1.
Did you happen to see that story about a year or two ago? There's 2 Laurel high schools up in northern Pennsylvania. And there was a high school football team playing a playoff game at Laurel. They went to the wrong Laurel school that was like 90 minutes from the other Laurel. Like nobody on the bus realized they were going to the wrong school. How does that happen?
Okay. Kids were locked in, and that one misses low.
You really can't blame the kids as much, and they're sitting in the bus with their headphones on. You'd have to think one of the coaches knows that, hey, we're kind of going to the wrong school, and this might be it for Plume.
Might be. See, walks a man here, 2 outs and a runner at first. He's gone 3 2/3, has given up 2 runs, 2 earned.
And again, it was kind of supposed to be a bullpen game for Uniontown here today, but I think Plume pitched so well.
Exactly.
They've been keeping them in, and also with the injury to Tate Musco, that kind of threw your planning off a little bit, and they're going to stick with Plume for now. And that was assistant coach and pitching coach Joe LaPresta that was on the mound just talking to Plume a little bit and probably just checking to make sure he's all right, and he is, so they're going to stick with Graydon Plume.
Mr. LaPresta, a veteran, man, he's been around. And Plume will stay in, runner at first. 2 outs for Taryn Kemp. The shortstop struck out 2-3 in the second.
Coach LaPresta, a pretty good golfer as well.
Is that right?
Yeah. Throw over to first, back safely.
You ever been out there on the links with him?
I've seen him out there. I've never played with him. I've seen him out there.
Take your word for it. Kemp's ready to go. Runner off of first. Fastball is in for a strike at the letters, 0-1, and Smiley holding on. Pushkar at first. Connellsville up 2-0 in the fourth. A run on the first, run on the fourth. Plume looking to get out of this mini jam. A walk with 2 outs. Don't want to start anything more serious. And a swing and a miss now 0-2 on Kemp.
About half an hour or so of daylight left, Nick.
It's winding down. The lights are on. Some of them. Not the ones
they're warming up.
They're warming up. The ones, at least the one behind the visitors' dugout at first. And the throw over back in time is Pushkar.
I brought my green light here tonight, so I'm prepared.
You have your miner's hat?
Yeah, I don't have my miner's hat.
Okay. Well, we'll get you.
It's only on Halloween.
Only on Halloween. Well, you can do a high school football game with it then. Or a World Series game. You never know where life will take you. And that's strike 3, yeah, at the knees. Strike 3, and down on strikes is Kemp. Connellsville strands a man, striking out the side is Plume. A run on a hit, no errors and 1 left. And we move now to the bottom of the fourth at Bailey. Connellsville leads Uniontown 2-0 on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night on WMBS, Facebook Live, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevrolet.
Our customers can save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado with special financing and employee pricing. Chevrolet, find new roads. Offer is valid with purchases of 2022 and 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with 2.7-liter engine. Includes Chevrolet loyalty. Must have a 2009 Chevrolet passenger car or truck in the same household. Up to $10,000 off approved credit through GM Financial. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000. Sale ends May 31st, 2023.
Life sounds good with Henry Stewart Audiology.
Well, it's that time of year again.
Christmas?
No.
My birthday?
Absolutely not.
Oh my gosh, what is it? What is it?
Oh, JJ, it's Better Speech and Hearing Month.
Oh yeah, Dad talks about that all the time.
Yes, he does. This year, everyone can celebrate by scheduling appointments for their hearing health.
I agree. Don't forget, Henry Stewart Audiology has been voted #1 for 9 years in a row in the Community Choice Awards. Probably because of our fair and honest pricing every day. No need to wait for a sale or coupon.
Or maybe because we have 3 convenient locations in Uniontown, Connellsville, or Carmichael's. And all you have to do is call 724-439-4380 to schedule an appointment today.
Life sounds good with Henry and Stewart Audiology.
Of the fourth here at Bailey Park. As the Red Raiders get ready to bat, they're looking for a base runner as the Connellsville Falcons are up 2-0. Bo Bingham, the left-hander on the mound for the Falcons, has been dominant. 6 strikeouts through 3 innings, no base runners, and a pop out and a ground out.
And it's still perfect so far.
Absolutely. 2 ground outs and a pop out and 6 strikeouts. Is not allowed a base runners. We move down to the top of the Red Raider order, and the second baseman is up, Mason Kuhn. He struck out swinging in the first. Red Raiders want to get somebody down there at first, and fastball's in for a strike, 0-1.
Also have to thank Uniontown Athletic Director Harry Kaufman for all of his help all season long, whether it's football, basketball, or baseball.
This one's in the air, foul ground down the right field side, and the second baseman, first baseman, and right fielder are over. But that ball drops foul in the field of play, but a foul ball, 2 strikes on Kuhn.
Didn't see Harry here yet tonight.
No.
Usually makes his way over. Doesn't miss too many
Him and Sue will
Uniontown
be
home
over.
games.
They'll both walk over, maybe. Hard night to not be out and enjoy the gorgeous spring weather here. Just a gorgeous weekend. Should be great for Mother's Day. Might rain Saturday, though. And swinging and missing and down on strikes is Kuhn. That's strikeout number 7. And 3 1/3 perfect for Bingham.
And 10 straight retired. I saw some of that rain possible Saturday morning. Not making me happy.
No, not at all. I'm sure you're not enthused with that.
No. Work all week. All you ask for a nice Saturday and Sunday morning to play golf.
And I want a nice weekend. I might drive to Camden Yards. I haven't figured out yet.
Pirates and the Orioles?
I doubt it. I love Camden Yards, though. Have you ever been, Brian?
I've been around there. I've never gone to a game at Camden Yards. I actually parked by Camden Yards when I went down to an Ohio State Navy game at Raven Stadium.
Yeah, I try to avoid the Raven Stadium and certainly the Ray Lewis statue.
Yes.
I don't want to throw
That was
up.
the only time I was there for an Ohio State Navy game back in the day.
Do not want to throw up at the sight of the Ray Lewis statue, as it's 1-2 now on Cameron Jackson, who's batting now in that 2 spot, correct?
Yeah.
The number 24.
Cameron Jackson. You had Musco start the game there. Then Hunter Smiley came in for Musco, and now Cameron Jackson batting in that spot.
That one misses. Fastball looked good from here, and count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we've had Musco, Smiley, and Jackson. You're right. 3 batters in that spot already.
On the second at-bat.
That's right. Swinging and missing is Jackson, and Bingham cannot pitch any better than the lefty is pitching tonight. 2 outs, 11 up, 11 down.
Well, he came into the game 46 strikeouts to 10 walks. Now has 54 strikeouts to 10 walks on the season.
Darn good ratio.
Yes.
I'm not a numbers man. But
will be 5.4 to 1.
2 outs, nobody on for Grego. Came in hitting .380. Struck out looking in the first. This one's fouled off to the right. Just misses the light into the trees.
Might be bouncing on Charles Street right now.
Good luck if you're driving down Charles, listening to WMBS. Avoid that baseball.
You can almost walk over to the games here at Bailey, Nick, from your house.
I could, absolutely. And,
Virginia
you can walk
Avenue.
anywhere. It's
Virginia
gotta be close.
Avenue?
That's right. This one's roped in the right center, and charging to his left and making the grab in center field is Logan Thomas. What a play.
Keeps the perfect game alive.
That's right. Gets the jersey dirty, and you need help if you're going to be perfect. Even through 4 innings, and he gets it. Bingham gets the big assist there from Thomas. Great job by the young man there to track that one down. 2 strikeouts, fly out, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left as we move on to the 5th. The Falcons leading the Red Raiders 2-0 on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night. WMBS, Facebook Live, and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
On the go? No time to stop? That's when you'll love Peach & Pharmacy's curbside pickup at Peach & Market in downtown Connellsville. Next time you have a prescription to get, let Peach & Pharmacy make it easy for you. Call ahead at 724-626-9600 or send a message. Let friendly curbside pickup keep you right where you want to be, in the driver's seat.
Peach & Pharmacy, your local pharmacy.
Penn Residential is a human services agency providing around-the-clock services and supports for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Their residential homes are located in local communities to offer residents quality care while also encouraging autonomy. They're a fast-growing company offering rewarding employment opportunities to direct support professionals interested in making positive impacts in the lives of others. ESP positions start at $16 an hour and will receive a full benefit package after 90 days. For more information about current career opportunities, visit PennResidentialInc.com/careers.
Back here at Bailey Park, moving on to the top of the fifth.
Going on now at Arthur Chevrolet.
Our customers can save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado with special financing and employee pricing. Chevrolet, find new roads. Offer is valid with purchases of 2022 and 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with 2.7-liter engine. Includes Chevrolet loyalty. Must have a 2009 Chevrolet passenger car or truck in the same household. Up to $10,000 off approved credit through GM Financial. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Call dealer for all other details at 724-929-8000. Sale ends May 31st, 2023.
Back here at Bailey Park, we are back now for the top of the fifth inning. Connellsville still leading Uniontown by a score of 2-0. And the Falcons once again, Nick, with their top of the order up. Shear, Newmeyer, and Firestone.
A new pitcher for the Red Raiders.
Yes, we do.
And that is number 14, Christian Thomas, who comes in from center field.
And that was part of the plan, trying to get Thomas in. But again, they're still huddling. We'll take another quick timeout here on the CLR Parada Group High School Sports Night. So 2-0 Connellsville and a delay because we don't have a full bank of lights here at Bailey Park in downtown Uniontown.
Amy's Quilt Room is a full-service quilt room located in Uniontown, offering retail goods and an ample sewing classroom, welcoming sewers of all skill levels, from beginners to advanced. If you're enthusiastic about sewing, you may even want to consider joining the Quilty Pleasures Quilt Club at Amy's Quilt Room. You'll stitch fabric in friendship with every project. For more information, visit amysquiltroom.com or stop in to see them at 20 West Penn Street, Uniontown. Amy's Quilt Room, a fresh and modern twist to a timeless tradition.
Are you a small business owner who needs marketing help? Whether you're seeking a marketing professional to partner with on an ongoing basis or need assistance with a specific project, you'll want the expertise found at Central Marcom. Central Marcom specializes in working with clients to build brands and establish effective messaging to reach customers. Whether you're starting up or expanding your business or need guidance on naming, logo design, website development, or how to effectively use social media, contact Dana at Central Marcom. Dana's experience spans 18 years and includes working with local businesses as well as national and international brands on various types of marketing projects. Learn more about Central Marcom's capabilities and view their portfolio at essentialmarcom.com. That's ESSENTIALMARCOM.com or email Dana at essentialmarcom.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
We're back here at Bailey Park. Still no answers yet. 2-0 Connellsville over Uniontown. Top of the fifth. Still waiting for a decision to be made here at Bailey Park whether this game could resume without a full bank of lights.
Long discussion going on down there. I'm sure Sarah zoomed in on it.
Well, the Red Raiders are going to take the field here again, which is a great sign.
Oh, yeah, the lights are on. Yeah.
Yes, everything's back on now.
All of them, except for maybe 2 or 3 lights in that sanction at the visitors' dugout, but we're going to play baseball.
It's been a 31-minute delay.
Wow. Yeah, that's something.
Yep.
We did not predict that.
Yep. It was 8:20 when this delay started. It's 8:51 right now.
And Billy Dice was saying it was too dark at home plate, but it looks to be good now. And Christian Thomas resuming his warm-ups here, 2-0 Connellsville in the fifth. I think we'll have the last 3 innings of this game, Brian.
We kind of wonder, are they going to be comfortable going back to Bigham?
That's
after
true.
a 31-minute delay.
Poor guy is maybe going to have to exit this game due to the 31-minute delay, but, you know, that's up to the coaching staff. And with 4 perfect innings already under his belt, he's not going to go quietly.
Hopefully you enjoyed our rain delay theater, light out theater.
Light out theater
here at Bailey Park.
It's better than anything the flagship's ever done, Brian. I'll leave it at that.
I think our off-the-air conversation, as always, was probably a little more entertaining.
Oh, my God. Where's Tony when you need him?
Yes. This would have been a perfect game to have Tony here tonight.
What's he up to tonight?
He had his golf league tonight.
Oh, geez, a whiz.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Locally, or is he down like in Myrtle?
No, he's locally.
I thought maybe.
Gary's down in West Virginia. He plays down there every Thursday.
Almost heaven.
Yes, almost heaven.
Not
the
quite.
Pete Dye Resort down there. Actually, a really nice course.
Pete Dye, oh.
Yeah. So I'm sure he had a good Thursday night doing that as well.
Sure he did.
Again, send out our get well wishes, not only a producer, Bill Madden, also Jerry Dupay.
Oh, Jerry.
Jerry's watching as well.
We love you, buddy.
Have to have Jerry back at the games soon as well. He lives just right up the road here as well.
He does. It's a great house.
Yes.
Nice little house for Mr. Dupay.
Well, the lights have
baseball.
Yeah, the lights have certainly taken full effect. And Case Shear now to lead off this top of the fifth after what's now a 33-minute delay here at Bailey Park. We're going to resume baseball.
Look at this. Yeah, we're back to baseball, Brian.
Our first look at Christian Thomas tonight. At least we know, Nick, our post-game show brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon will be a lot shorter tonight as Thomas finds the strike zone on the first pitch to Shear. Enters 1 for 2, singled in the first and scored a run, grounded out 4-3 in the third.
See how both of these teams respond to that delay, see if they're rusty or see if they're moving along just as they were when the game was happening.
Now the 0-2 pitch just off the, that was a called strike. Everything had 0-2. I thought I missed a pitch. But no, it's now 0-2.
Yes.
Our scoreboard, their scoreboard, both said 0-2. So maybe predicting the future.
That's right.
And I wonder how I missed one.
What's next?
Yeah, what is
Predict
next?
the future. We can't even get the lights to work.
0-2 fouled off as Shear stays alive. Count remains 0-2.
I think we're going back to the future.
Also try to find out, we were asking, listeners different questions. When did Bailey Park open up? And did Uniontown originally use this facility back in the 1920s, 1930s playing high school baseball?
We have a few Uniontown historians out there.
Yes. Good question here. 0-2 check swing. Did he
go?
go? They said it was a foul ball.
Foul ball. Hit the bat.
Yep.
Interesting. Didn't hear it or see it like that, but yeah. Home plate umpire Grant has a better angle than we do. Mark Grant.
Someone else checking in. The city didn't pay the bills. Somebody pulled the plug out.
There you go.
Don't think that happened.
No. But
that one a little low. That one might have got Jack White. He's a little slow.
Another delay here.
Jack's down. Centers for Rehab Services. Injury timeout.
And Mark Grant wiping off home plate, courtesy of the umpires and the catchers, their buddies back there. They know what it's like to get dinged up. And Jack White is gingerly going to stay in the game, but he's moving around a little bit, not comfortable.
I had people text me, how often do I get salad, since I said I don't get dressing. I mean, that's what it's come to here after a long delay in the top of the fifth. Connellsville up 2-0.
Thursday night in Uniontown.
Yes.
You gotta love it.
Now the 1-2 here, Christian Thomas to Shear. They both step out. You would hope, Nick, too, with these pitch counts or pitch clocks they have in the majors, that these high school kids would kind of learn from that you don't have to take these step outs when you're batting. You don't have to take your time when you're pitching.
Those games
as much
are flying
as they do.
by.
They fly by. They're entertaining to watch, and it seems like it's really working well for everybody involved. You don't need to, have a minute in between every single pitch.
No, those days are over.
You have 5 checkovers to first when you have a runner on.
It'll take a while for it to matriculate down to high school, maybe.
2-2, Mr. Lowe. And I can certainly understand when they're fighting the shot clock for high school basketball. I don't think we're getting a pitch clock anytime soon.
That's true. Still
for
no
high school
shot clock.
baseball.
Do you want a shot clock for high school basketball?
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think it'd be much more entertaining.
Maryland has one, right?
Yeah,
Neighboring
and when we did the
Maryland.
games down in Maryland, they had the shot clock.
Now, do most states or?
I think it's split. I think Florida has one as well. A Shear walk there by Thomas. So Shear aboard, nobody out, top of the fifth. Falcons leading it by a score of 2-0. But Florida had it as well when Uniontown played the games down at the KSA Disney tournament.
Well, Pennsylvania's sometimes slow to things. As a lifelong resident, both of us.
Yeah,
we know that.
And the main reason against it on the basketball side is the expense of not only all the schools having to install the shot clocks, but you have to pay somebody at every game to operate the clock.
Exactly,
so
yes. Well,
you're
we want to
looking
create
at
jobs.
Yeah, so you would, but the school district's having trouble to some degrees to pay regular bills. Then you have to look at, you're probably talking a couple $1,000s a year between having to buy the original shot clock if you're paying somebody $50 or whatever else it is to run it at not only varsity games, JV games, girls games, boys games, everything else. Now showing bunt, pulling back, pitch a called strike, but head first slide in a second safely there for Shear, gets into scoring position.
Then Thomas threw over twice, and Shear gets second, and it's a runner at second, nobody out. Falcons with another runner in scoring position.
If you're rejoining us and weren't with us earlier, wondering why is it still in the top of the fifth, we had a 31-minute delay due to the lights going out here at Bailey Park. Actually, they couldn't get them on initially, but now we're good. Called strike again there to Aiden Newmeyer.
Corners charging in there.
Count now 0-2.
Yeah, Nails and Dean were running in, but did not have to field a bunt by Newmeyer.
Now
see
Thomas
if he squares.
stepping off. And Thomas has gotten more deliberate, I've noticed, in his high school career. First, his sophomore year, we saw him pitch a lot. For whatever reason, pitched quicker during his sophomore year than he has during his senior year. That went off the plate to Newmeyer.
Interesting what led to that. Maybe it's a talk with the coach or
maybe maybe Kenny slowed him down. I mean, I don't know what the mindset was into that, but we noticed when Thomas played his sophomore year, he actually pitched pretty well. Tony commented on that during one of the games a week or so back. But for whatever reason, he slowed down dramatically here during his senior year. 1-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and down goes Newmeyer. So Thomas coming on in relief of Plume here to start the fifth. Gave up the walk to Shear, but comes back striking out Newmeyer. And we have one away now with Matthew Firestone coming to the plate.
Yeah, Firestone coming up. Fly out to left on a walk in this one.
Thomas working out of the stretch. Glance back at second. Long look there. Now delivers. First pitch fouled off into the netting from Firestone, who entered this game with a .339 average. As Nick said, flew out to left first time up. Walk back in the third as the Falcons make their way through the order for the third time in this game.
And you have your first question the next time you talk to Coach Musko on the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, Brian.
Yes. What has
Why
slowed?
Is Christian Thomas more deliberate on the mound?
Yes.
Yeah. You're always working ahead. You're always busiest man in broadcasting. You already have next week's pregame questions ready.
0-1 on the way. Hard chopper through here on the left side. Rounding third on his way to the plate is Shear. Relay coming in. They're not going to go home. Cut off by Dean. Fires back over to first. And scoring on the play is Shear. It's now 3-0 Connellsville. So give Firestone an RBI on the single to the left. And the Falcons played another run. You also have, Nick, a new first baseman for Uniontown as well.
It's Wyatt Nails, correct?
Yeah, Wyatt Nails playing first. He was the DH to start this game.
So is that the third first baseman we've had for Uniontown? Correct. And we've had 3 Uniontown players occupy that second spot in the batting order with only 2 at-bats from that position.
You wonder where Musko was at early on in this game while attempting to bunt in the bottom of the first inning. Appeared to get nicked. Came out of the game. Hunter Smiley came on in his place, and now Nails playing first base with Thomas pitching. You have Tyler Hawk in center and Cameron Jackson in right. So another run across. Now Firestone on first and Jake Lee at the plate as Thomas checking Firestone there.
Back in safely. Nails holding him on.
You'd probably expect to see Thomas maybe go 2 innings here, I would think, Nick. If Connellsville bats in the 7th, I just don't see him pitching there with possibly having to go Monday. Just maybe get him.
Would you bring in Bednar in that situation? No.
I mean, the Uniontown has basically anybody they want available.
That's true, yeah.
They haven't played since Saturday.
Yeah.
So you can easily bring somebody in.
A lot of time off.
Yeah, to pitch the 7th. Might be Grego. Another pitch in there for a strike from Thomas to Lee.
Lee
count now 0-2.
Yeah, had an RBI ground out on the first, and you know he's raring to go. He's had runners on base in each of his 3 plate appearances. Another throw over. And back safely is Firestone.
Yeah, it wasn't much there, just trying to keep him close to the back.
Yeah.
Glances over his shoulder. Another throw over to first.
Yeah.
See, that's where, I mean, again, not trying to criticize Christian at all, but you see those moves over to the bag. To me, that's what slows down the game too much.
Sure. And Major League
Especially when you're
Baseball's
watching the Major League games and seeing him move along. That's
I
again.
understand your frustration, Brian.
That pitch
missed,
just missing. But again, that's what he's comfortable with. I mean, that's
sure if it
to
works
each its
for
own.
him.
If it works for him, to each its own. And it's really hard for them to make a rule that says you can't throw over to first more than once or more than twice, because it would give the
can't legislate.
Yeah, it would basically allow the runner to have a clean run to second base. If you know the guy's already made a move over, well, he can't throw over again to keep me back.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go and run. So it's a tough spot there. And that's a punch out of Lee. So Thomas, 2 strikeouts here in the 5th. And Bo Bigham will be the 5th Falcon to bat here in the top of the 5th inning.
Walk, strikeout, single, strikeout, a swinging and a looking. And it brings up Bigham looking to help his own cause. Perfect through 4 on the mound. Has a single and a run tonight at the plate. Can't play much better baseball than he has tonight.
And going to be interesting to see again when we go to the bottom of the 5th. He's going to remain on the mound. Check swing, he went around.
He did.
Count 0-1. Again, he has a perfect game going, but we had a 31-minute delay because they couldn't get the lights on here at Bailey Park, and you wonder if that's going to factor in at all
Heartbreaking
on the Falcons side if they can put Bigham back into the game to pitch.
Heartbreaking if he has to come out because of that.
Because you obviously worry about the kid's arm for the future. Even though it's their final regular season game this year, he's probably going to play Legion ball and pitch all summer, so you don't want to get him in a situation where he's too tight, comes back out, and might end up hurting him. But by the same token, if he feels good, he has a perfect game going, he wants to go, then he could probably roll with him. Another throw over to first. Back safely again is Firestone.
Thomas is certainly deliberate.
Yes, he is.
Very slightly.
Now the 0-2 is a low. Good block there from White. Runner going, throw down to second, not in time. And after the hesitation, Firestone decided to go and gets into second safely. Now a 1-2 count here on Bigham.
As a runner in scoring position, as Thomas was very diligent at trying to keep Firestone at first and ends up at second.
Now Thomas is 1-2 here to Bo Bigham. Pitch on the way, well hit from Bigham into left center field. Firestone rounding third. He'll score easily on the play. Bigham's looking for 2, and he'll get into second with a stand-up double as for whatever reason out there in left field. He actually had that ball right between Hawk and Uphold, and the relay was slow coming in. So a stand-up RBI double for Bigham. He's 2 for 3 today.
That could be a single and an error, Brian, as the left fielder Uphold really struggled.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly. I was watching the runner there, and I didn't see exactly what happened.
You can field it a double or score it a double.
No, I'll go with you in that situation. Now we have a courtesy runner coming in here for the pitcher Bigham.
What really matters is the runner's at second and a run scores.
Yep, it's now 4-0 Falcons.
Yeah, he had trouble with that one in left center, and I'd score that a single and an error, but what does matter is the run scored and the runner's at second with 2 out for Thomas. But an RBI nonetheless for Bigham.
And they do have that little spot for the hit or error on the right side of the scoreboard. Didn't see it posted up there. They're probably just trying to work out the kinks here as well.
Sure.
Logan Thomas at the plate. That'd be a suggestion for even official score down there for future seasons. They're probably running the scoreboard from the dugout. So Falcons add another one. Logan Thomas at the plate takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1.
He had a double in the second and struck out.
Thomas facing Thomas.
There you go. I love matchups like that. Oh, man. Me and George Will and all the other baseball nerds love this stuff.
And Christian Thomas glanced back at Bigham at second. Long look back, now delivers. Pitches low and inside there to Logan Thomas. Who was your favorite baseball player growing up, Nick?
Oh, my goodness. I was a Pirate fan in the early 2000s, so that was a rough wasteland of, or what did Dennis Eckersley call it, hodgepodge of nothingness.
Yeah.
Really like Jack Wilson. I like Jason Bay.
Wow, Wilson's an odd.
I liked him a lot. I liked the way Tim Tobacco said his name.
Yeah.
Jack Wilson.
Is Tobacco totally done?
Yes, I believe Guy Junker now is the full-time.
Okay, I didn't know if Tobacco was he's still doing some weekday games.
I think he does some day games. I'm heading down in a few weeks for a day game.
Yeah.
I think he might be totally done, though. I think he just did day games last year. Now
he's done.
He was phenomenal. A voice.
1-1 on the way, called strike.
He was fantastic.
Yeah, it's always nice when you go into venues and you have those PA announcers really make you feel at home that have been there for so many years.
Bob Shepard was the legendary voice of Yankee Stadium. The Vin Scully of PA announcing he was called. He passed away a few years ago, but Mr. Tobacco was phenomenal.
Now the 1-2 on the way, golfed foul. Count remains 1-2.
And how about you, Brian? Doug Drabeck, right?
Yeah, Doug Drabeck was my favorite Pirate growing up.
There you go.
In the 90s.
I mean, the player I've read about and respect the most is a toss-up between Clemente and Jackie Robinson. But of my youth, yeah, I'd say Jack Wilson, Jason Bay, those guys.
His son had a brief major league career with the Blue Jays.
Doug Drabeck's son, yes.
Didn't really last long.
He was a pitcher as well, correct?
Yeah, didn't really last too long. 1-2 here on the way. Misses low, evens up the count at 2-2. I was blessed early on in my childhood to have those runs in 90, 91, and 92, and then talk about the bottom falling out.
Yeah, I mean, you had the early 90s. My folks had the 70s, and
I guess you had that brief. You had a couple wild card games.
They were fun. Yeah, we'll see what happens this year. Heck of an April, not a great May.
Yeah.
Still early.
You had April 2023. 2-2 on the way, fouled off by Logan Thomas.
Wow.
All you guys, though, I mean, like we were up here, you, Tony and Steve are asking me for World Series tickets. And it's like, it's April.
Hey, if the Rays make it, I'm going, Brian. I'm putting in my time
that's
off.
Fine.
Someone can run the high school game.
Probably easy to get tickets down there.
Well, for the World Series it won't be, but for a game this month, yeah.
Step off here from Christian Thomas.
No, they'll sell out the World
actually
Series.
Was watching a program last night. It was stadiums that will probably not exist in the major leagues in the next couple of years. And the Tropicana Field was actually they had on the list like to be gone by 2026 or 2027.
I think it's on the property rolls as a blighted property or an eyesore. That place is bad.
I've never been to a game there, as you know, and foul tip there by Logan Thomas.
The team that plays there is great. The stadium is not.
What do you dislike the most about it?
Well, it's a dome. I mean, baseball is not meant to be played indoors. It's good to not have rainouts. And I don't know.
Do you need a retractable roof there?
I would say. I mean, I don't know how you catch a fly ball. There's cables and things hanging from the ceiling, and the roof's the same color as the ball.
2-2, a little low and inside.
And you saw Jack Sawinski last week not able to field a pop-up when the Pirates were there, and I don't blame him. He came in and lost the ball. So I think it's worse than losing it in the sun.
Sky Dome in Toronto is another dome. Is that retractable these days?
It is.
Okay, that's retractable.
And the roof's not, white like the baseball, I don't think. It's just a miserable time for the outfielders.
3-2 pitch on the way, and another one.
You can't beat outdoor baseball. You can't beat Bailey Park or PNC. That's just the way the game was supposed to be played. And
PNC is a nice venue. I'll give it that.
I don't mind indoor football, but indoor baseball I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah. Indoor baseball or indoor football, you can stay warm in the winter months.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me as much.
Because the Pirates or the Steelers opening up with the 49ers, I understand.
They are at home.
Yeah.
And the Lions Chiefs are our first game from Westwood 1. Sure, we'll have that game September 7th, unless we have a Pirate game that night.
3-2 now on the way again. Another one fouled. Boy, this is a long top half of the fifth. We might go an hour from the bottom of the fourth until we get to the bottom of the fifth.
And this game was flying by, Brian. This game was
You knew there'd be
flying
something
by.
that would stop it. You didn't think it would be the inability to turn the lights on and then a long top half of the fifth. Logan Thomas is the sixth Falcon to bat here in this half inning.
Ooh.
And that's a called strike 3 to end the top half of the fifth. So finally.
Struck out the side.
Yes, he struck out the side but gave up 2 runs.
Oh, wow.
In this top half of the fifth. So finally moving to the bottom of the fifth. 4-0 Connellsville over Uniontown. CR Parada Group High School Sports Night broadcast presented by Penn Residential, Central Marcom, Amy's Quilt Room, and Jackson Farms Dairy Store.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevrolet.
Our customers can save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado with special financing and employee pricing. Chevrolet, find new roads. Offer is valid with purchases of 2022 and 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab with 2.7-liter engine. Includes Chevrolet loyalty. Must have a 2009 Chevrolet passenger car or truck in the same household. Up to $10,000 off approved credit through GM Financial. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000. Sale ends May 31st, 2023.
Penn Residential is a human services agency providing around-the-clock services and supports for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Their residential homes are located in local communities to offer residents quality care while also encouraging autonomy. They're a fast-growing company offering rewarding employment opportunities to direct support professionals interested in making positive impacts in the lives of others. ESP positions start at $16 an hour and will receive a full benefit package after 90 days. For more information about current career opportunities, visit PennResidentialINC.com/careers.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases. But most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation, and there are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Back here at Bailey Park, moving to the bottom of the fifth, 4-0. Connellsville leading Uniontown. Uniontown head basketball coach Rob Kesmarski in the house tonight as well, checking in and checking out a little Red Raider baseball. Rob, if you didn't know, was a one-time Uniontown baseball coach here.
It's done
back
it all.
in the day, yes. When did you coach baseball? Probably mid-2000s? Mid to late 2000s?
I think so. When Stevie, my nephew, was there.
Okay.
So it'll be around that, a little bit later than that.
Now Kenny Musco, the head coach of the Uniontown baseball program, and the Red Raiders coming to bat, trailing by 4. Looking for some runs, and you still have a perfect game going from Connellsville pitcher Bo Bigham, who, Nick, we wondered if he would still be on the mound after that long delay. He is.
Yes, good. I'm glad.
First pitch here to Wyatt Nails, misses for ball 1.
Everyone wanted to see that 12 up, 12 down. He's just been fantastic. He's hit the ball as well. What a great baseball game he's playing tonight.
And now Nails stepping out. Time called.
He was into the windup and about to deliver.
Yes. And Bigham so far in this game, 8 strikeouts so far. Trying to add to it here in the bottom half of the 5th. Now the 1-0 to Nails, and Wyatt sends that one into the netting. Evens up the count at 1-1. The hitters 4, 5, and 6, and all 3 struck out first time up.
And you have to wonder between the perfect game and the long delay if Bo Bigham's tense now more than he was, you know, when the game started.
1-1 on the way, swing and a miss there from Nails, takes the count to 1-2.
He has to be. I mean, he's been sitting around thinking about this, and that delay did not help, I'm sure.
Thought somebody was pointing another set of lights went out. Let's hope not.
No, nope. Don't even speak it into existence.
1-2 on the way, Nails fouls off another one.
Well, you have your miner's hat and your whatever that is,
yeah,
little box hat. Or box light. It's been a long day, folks.
You've been on the air all day at WMBS. You're back at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Can't wait. Can't wait for the
1-2 on the
noon
way.
hour.
Nails a little nubber. One foul on the right side. Well, it's your Friday tomorrow. It's everybody's Friday.
That's right.
You're off. We both have, as of now, full weekends.
And you can. It's hard to call this work, Brian. Let's be real. This is an offensive to people who have real jobs.
We're having fun. 1-2 now. From Bigham to Wyatt Nails. And Wyatt popping that one up in foul territory.
And everyone wants Riverhounds tickets. I did not know we had so many soccer fans in Fayette County.
I started talking about it, and everybody's...
they followed your lead.
They followed my lead on the Riverhounds crew. You told me May 23rd.
Well, my nephew adores soccer. My niece does as well.
That place is going to be sold out for that game. I'm telling you, it's going to be an electric atmosphere.
Have fun if you go.
1-2 on the way. I think Nails went around. He did. That's strike 3, 9 strikeouts now for Bo Bigham.
This is getting really serious now, Brian.
That will be the hottest ticket of the summer. I'm telling you.
Really? I'm trying to think of what else is happening this summer. You mean not a random Pirates-Red series at PNC?
They already had that Morgan Wallen? They were supposed to have like 2 concert dates, and they canceled because he lost his voice. That was a hot ticket. Now it's going to be Riverhounds and Crew as Dean swings and misses.
I think Taylor Swift's at Acroshore this summer.
That's probably everybody.
Beyonce's
they already got their tickets.
That's true.
0-1 now to Dean, called strike.
You don't think a Steeler preseason game's hot or not?
No,
I'm
joking. I'm telling you that that Crew Riverhounds game in 2 weeks, it's going to be off the charts.
Match, right?
Match, yes, of course.
You're the soccer fan.
2 on the way.
You can't get
Dean
the terms right.
What's
jeez? I don't even like it. I know the words better.
2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes Christian Thomas to the plate.
Oh man, Bo Bigham. Wow, man. Give this kid his due. 14 up, 14 down, Brian.
Yep, he's been perfect so far.
And Uniontown's a playoff-bound team with a winning record.
Thomas, a little nubber, and on the charge there, Bigham makes the catch. So another 1-2-3 inning. Bigham is perfect through 5. Move to the top of the 6th. 4-0 Connellsville over Uniontown. See our Brodder Group High School Sports Night on WMBS, Triple Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
And we're back as we have high school baseball here, moving along to the top of the 6th inning at Bailey Park. Connellsville leads Uniontown 4-0, and some defensive changes for the Red Raiders as the new pitcher is right-hander Clay Dean. Number 33, Austin Grego, moves to third from short, and Christian Thomas moves from the mound to short.
And for Dean, it's his 10th appearance of the season, enters with a 1-0 record. 3.82 ERA, has worked 14 2/3 innings, given up 14 hits, 13 runs, 8 of them earned, struck out 17 and walked 6 so far this season.
And again, the story of this game, besides for that light delay, Bo Bingham working on a perfect game here through 5, the left-hander for Connellsville. No base runners at all.
You also have
counting them up, yeah.
The Tate Musco injury in the first inning as well as another storyline on the Uniontown side. Went down, fouling off a bunt, has not returned, and we have no status update on Tate Musco, but we hope he's okay for the first round of the WPIAL playoffs for Uniontown next week.
2 runs in the 5th for Connellsville, looking to get some more
Piasecki leading things off.
Anthony Piasecki's up. He struck out twice. And dare I say, maybe they're trying to put up another crooked number, Brian.
Yes, the first time you've used that
Oh,
tonight.
yeah, I've refrained. I've held off. I mean, 2 last inning. I guess that's a crooked number. I'm thinking more 3, 4, 5, but they have 4 overall. Yeah, crooked number. Blame Steve Blass for that one. That's been in my head all my youth. He said that a lot. Here's the 1-0. The right-hander delivers. Dean's offering to Piasecki. This one's popped up foul to the right.
It's one of the few venues you could actually say, Nick, that if something crazy happens, you'll walk home. I really won't even be that strenuous because you literally live right down the road.
It's not like Jim Roker promising a walk home from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia.
It's like 2 blocks to your house.
That's right. I will walk home. How about I'll walk home if we have another light delay? We'll go with that. I'll leave my brand new car in the parking lot.
Just walk back later and get it.
I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it tomorrow.
Yes.
That one missed 2-1. Or is that a strike?
They called it a strike.
They called
1
it a strike.
and 2.
Excuse me, Mark Grant calling that a strike. And it's 1-2. Piasecki at the dish. Right-hander Dean, his first inning of relief work. The right-hander kicks in, delivers fastball again. Fouled off the other way to the right, into the trees.
This is the 3rd game you've worked with us this spring, Nick, and you've not had a normal game. You had the long delay the first one. We got hit by a baseball in the second one, and now you have a light out delay on this one.
I don't think you've had a normal game your whole career. Baseball, it seems like something always happens.
Always entertaining.
It's a great sport, but, man, always something happening. It seems like basketball and football, you just go and do the game. Baseball, we have lights and we have...
I didn't even tell you, Nick, when I got here, they actually they run an extension cord out up to us all the time. They're working to get the electricity in here, and it was stolen before the game.
Oh, my goodness.
So they're basically trying to look through security footage to find out who stole the city's power cord. I had to bring my own, and we ran power.
You could write a book, Brian.
Yes.
We could all write books.
I was hoping I had an extension cord in the car. If not, I was going back to the station to get power because somebody stole the power cord they ran for us, I guess, earlier on today. So what are you going to do?
Wow.
Yeah.
Counts full. I don't know what to say to that. An adult delinquent, maybe?
Yes.
3-2 on the way. Pisecki fouls it off.
The funny thing is, how could you walk through the park? It was a long cord.
Yeah,
so in the middle of the day, you go and you walk off with an extension cord and nobody.
I can't even, as the kids say.
Like you're walking through the park. Oh, it's a nice extension cord.
Nice extension cord. Why not? Nice day. They aren't using it. Uniontown players going to find that baseball. Good luck, kids. Good luck. Connellsville dugout getting chippy as the 3-2's on the way to Pisecki, and this one is on the ground. Nice backhand at short by Thomas. Throw to first. Out. Great play. 6-3. Thomas, fine play. Over the nails at first. That was great by Thomas.
Heck of a play there from Christian Thomas. Was not easy. Gunned the throw over. Able to retire. Pisecki 6-3. First outs of this top of the sixth.
You know who he looked like? Jack Wilson.
There you go.
Wow, everything comes together, man. I love Jack Wilson. Thomas, that was very Jack Wilson-esque. He was a phenomenal defensive shortstop. And now the batter is Luke Pushkar, who's struck out and walked. The eighth hitter cuts and misses 0-1.
Well, you weren't with us on Monday when we were talking about Laurel Highlands pitcher Paxton Petronas, and we said to Paxton, because Tony mentioned on the air he looked like Rick Rhoden, and we saw Paxton on the way out, and I said to Paxton, we mentioned on the air an old pirate that you look like. He goes, yeah, Rick Rhoden. Everybody tells me that.
That's hysterical. Oh, that's too funny.
Right away.
Oh, that's tremendous. I love it. That's a great story. 1 out, nobody on, 1-1 to Pushkar. 4-0 Connellsville in the sixth. Uniontown without a base runner, but right now the Falcons batting. That one misses in. 2-1. Number 8 hitter. On deck is Taryn Kemp. Run on the first, run on the fourth, 2 in the fifth for the Falcons. This one grounded. Going to be a tough play for Thomas. He's not going to be able to get there. So that's a base hit into center, a 1-out single for Pushkar. His first hit, and the Falcons' sixth.
Yeah, no chance at all for either Kuhn or Thomas on that one. Just right up the middle there from Pushkar. So he's aboard with 1 out, top of the sixth. Falcons up 4-0.
And the batter is Kemp, who has struck out 2-3 and struck out looking 0-2. Number 9 hitter. Shear on deck, top of the order, and now out of the stretch is Dean. And the throw over back in time is Pushkar on the slide. First baseman Nails holding him on. Kemp came in hitting 167. Excuse me, that's number 8. We have a pinch hitter. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yep. There we go. At least I caught it eventually. That's Graydon Gillett. Or Gillott.
Gillott,
Yeah,
Gillott.
Yeah. Gillott, yes. I've heard that name on the games I've produced over the years. Graydon Gillott.
I think his brother was the football quarterback at Connellsville.
I definitely heard you say that name over the years, Brian.
Yep.
On a Friday night, yep. So Mr. Gillott's up number 8. Glad I caught that eventually. Throw over.
Batting for Kemp, excuse me. So if Kemp comes back into the game, Gillott can't re-enter.
Okay. It's an interesting quirk in the role.
That's always, it's been like that for high school baseball since I've been doing games.
That's interesting. And now you know the rules about the lights.
Yes.
This one's on the ground, foul to the right. Down the
I assume that's what Jimmy Burns was telling us. You can't play without a full set. But from what Billy Dice was telling us as well, it was darker on home plate.
Well, who do you believe more? No.
So I think it's a combination of both.
Exactly.
They probably could not play, but it was also dark.
Yeah, it was too dark at home.
It was too dark at home, and also you couldn't play anyway.
It's not like being dark in the right field corner. You want it to be bright at home, for goodness sake. So runner at first, 1 out is Gillott. Bats for Kemp in the 9 spot. Dean is into the stretch. 4-0 Connellsville in the 6th as the Red Raiders have not had a base runner. Falcons have had a bunch. That's a swing and a foul tip. Held on to by White. Strikeout, 2 away with a runner at first, top of the order, Shear.
So here's what I'm presently getting a kick out of. You have the Uniontown bench players up in the woods now with flashlights trying to retrieve those balls.
It's been a night, Brian.
Yeah.
It's been a night. I mean,
they actually have the flashlights out trying to find them. It's funny.
I can't even, yeah. It's been one of those nights. It's getting late early out there, as Yogi would say. Shearer's walk, singled, scored twice, stole a base, grounded out. This one's on the ground to third. Grego charging, will glove it, throws, and a dugout by Nails for the out, 5-3. Great play by Thomas at short to start. Great play by Nails at first and the inning. And we have no runs on a hit, no errors, and one left as we move to the bottom of the sixth. Bo Bingham, 5 perfect innings. Connellsville's up 4-0 on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night on WMBS Facebook Live and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Amy's Quilt Room is a full-service quilt room located in Uniontown, offering retail goods and an ample sewing classroom, welcoming sewers of all skill levels, from beginners to advanced. If you're enthusiastic about sewing, you may even want to consider joining the Quilty Pleasures Quilt Club at Amy's Quilt Room. You'll stitch fabric in friendship with every project. For more information, visit amysquiltroom.com or stop in to see them at 20 West Penn Street, Uniontown. Amy's Quilt Room, a fresh and modern twist to a timeless tradition.
I'm attorney Bill Martin, partner at Radcliffe Law. I have experience in workplace accident cases for nearly 15 years. If you've been hurt at work and are trying to navigate a workers' compensation claim, are you being treated unfairly by your employer? When you're hurt at work, your employer's main goal is to get you back to work, but you may not be physically ready to do that. If you find yourself in a similar situation, call us at Radcliffe Law, 724-439-3939. We'll meet with you at no cost. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
High school baseball here, bottom of the sixth inning. Connellsville leads Uniontown 4-0. Red Raiders have not had a base runner through 5 as Bo Bingham has pitched a perfect 5 innings. He's just mowed them down. Mostly strikeouts, couple of pop-outs and ground-outs. Nothing to the outfield at all. And that's a strike. So he's just got to get through 6 more batters. Tyler Hawk is the batter. Right fielder popped out to short in the third. The left-hander kicks and comes home, trying to bunt for a hit. Why not? And he did not go. He appealed down to first base, and the first base umpire, Bill Schonheimer, says he did not swing 1-1. So Bingham's pitched a gem tonight, Brian.
Yes, he has. See if he can keep it going here. Again, perfect as we work here in the bottom of the sixth.
Squaring to bunt is Hawk and fouling it off, and don't think he'll square now with 2 strikes. So that fouled off. Charging in from third was Pisecki. Bingham's been masterful. 2 strikeouts in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 last inning. And that's strike 3.
Wow.
Called strike 3, caught the outside part of the plate. Hawk is 0 for, so's everyone, and Uniontown's down to their last 5 outs. Tanner Uphold, the batter, left fielder, grounded to first, one of the few Red Raiders to make contact. There actually was a fly out to center. Grego flew out to center. So
that was a nice catch, too.
There was, yes. There was one ball in the outfield, excuse me.
That was a diving catch, actually, to keep the perfect game alive.
I'm remembering it now.
That was to end the bottom of the fourth.
Missed it here on the card. But the listeners, I mean, I make so many mistakes, it's hard for them to keep up. That one misses. Inside. There we go. Scoreboard up to date. Kicking the come home. That one misses. Fastball, low. 1 out, nobody on. Then Uniontown down 4-0 without a base runner. And this one is grounded a second. And a 4-3 put out there. Fine play by Newmeyer.
Was not an easy stop there either from Aiden Newmeyer.
No, it was not. A 4-3 put out. Newmeyer keeps the perfecto going. Uniontown down to their last 4 outs, and Bingham trying to at least get through the 6th perfect. And the batter is Jack White, the catcher, who struck out swinging in the third. And if you're into the sixth inning and it's only your second at bat, you know you're facing a gem tonight from Bingham, and that's certainly been the case. That one's outside, ball one. And the left-hander kicks in, comes home. That one misses low.
You probably didn't think when you walked into Bailey Park, though, tonight, Nick, that you'd be watching a perfect game, at least into the bottom of the sixth.
No. Never know what you're going to see at the Diamond. It's the beauty of baseball and of sports in general. Cutting a miss as White comes up empty, 2-1. And Bingham's just been masterful. He's had 2 singles and scored a run, pitching a perfect game through 5 2/3. And really outside of the, and you always need great defense for gems like this, but outside of the Thomas catch in center, it's been pretty easy. As White swings and misses, now a strike away from going perfect through 6. Bingham's delivery, the left-hander, fouling it away is White. So you want baseball or high school baseball to adopt the pitch clock, but you don't want them to lengthen the game to 9 innings. You think 7's good?
Well, if they had a pitch count, we could probably play 9. It would take the same amount of time. You're actually seeing the Major League 9-inning games taking less than the high school 7-inning games.
And White making Bingham work, fouling that off, I'm sure.
I think you guys were like in the second inning when I was driving home on Friday. The Pirate game was already done.
You were still looking for the turnpike.
I was still looking for the turnpike, you're right.
I'm sure Bo's happy that we only have 7 innings tonight. He wears number 7, it's appropriate. And this one's popped up right side, out of play, not enough room for the first baseman, but Firestone gave it a look. And it's out of play to the right, 2 strikes still on White. Top of the order, on deck.
This would still be a headlining story, though, Nick, around the county for Bingham to go out with a perfect game to wrap up the Falcon season. And you talk about the Connellsville program on a whole, not just baseball, but a lot of their athletic programs, with the exception of wrestling, have been down a little bit as of late. And you get something like this to highlight, maybe springboard into the 23-24 season. I think it would say a lot for your program. And there's another strikeout.
Strike 3 looking. Down on strikes goes White. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Perfect through 6. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Let's go to the 7th. Perfecto still intact. Connellsville leads Uniontown 4-0 on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night, WMBS Facebook Live, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy East in New Alexandria. Our customers can save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado with special financing and employee pricing. Chevrolet, find new roads. Offer is valid with purchases of 2022 and 2023 Silverado 1500 crew cab with 2.7-liter engine. Includes Chevrolet loyalty. Must have a 2009 Chevrolet passenger car or truck in the same household. Up to $10,000 off approved credit through GM Financial. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231. Sale ends May 31st, 2023.
NovaCare Rehabilitation is now in Masontown. Using a personalized plan of care and one-on-one sessions, NovaCare gives you an advantage in rehabilitation. Dr. Haley Cruiser and our professional staff are certified to use industry-leading treatments, including LVST Big Therapy for Parkinson's disease, which increases mobility, improves balance, and decreases time necessary to complete tasks. These services supplement NovaCare's exceptional orthopedic, concussion, and vestibular dysfunction resources. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call our new Masontown office on Route 21 McClellantown Road at 724-491-5220.
Are you a small business owner who needs marketing help? Whether you're seeking a marketing professional to partner with on an ongoing basis or need assistance with a specific project, you'll want the expertise found at Essential Marcom. Essential Marcom specializes in working with clients to build brands and establish effective messaging to reach customers. Whether you're starting up or expanding your business or need guidance on naming, logo design, website development, or how to effectively use social media, contact Dana at Essential Marcom. Dana's experience spans 18 years and includes working with local businesses as well as national and international brands on various types of marketing projects. Learn more about Essential Marcom's capabilities and view their portfolio at EssentialMarcom.com. That's EssentialMarcom.com or email Dana at EssentialMarcom.com.
Top of the 7th, Connellsville still leading 4-0 over Uniontown. Coach Kenny Musco told us it was going to be a bullpen game and another pitching change here for the Red Raiders. Austin Grego on to pitch the 7th. Clay Dean back to playing third base.
Indeed. So Grego on the mound for the 7th inning, number 7. And indeed a bullpen game as we've had Plume and Thomas and Dean and now Grego, 4th arm for the Red Raiders tonight.
I think you would have had Musco if he wouldn't have gotten hurt.
Sure, absolutely. He got hurt in the first inning. Didn't even get a full at bat in.
So here we go for Connellsville. They're up 4-0. The big story, though, is going to be headed to the bottom of the 7th as Bo Bigham still with a perfect game through 6. And we'll see if he can close it out. The Red Raiders, though, Nick, will have the top of the order due up in that bottom of the 7th. Mason Kuhn, Tate Musco. Was Tate Musco's original spot. I think that's
Jackson
probably going to be Jackson batting in that spot now, and then Grego.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Good luck to him, and going to have a lot of drama here.
So here's Newmeyer starting the top half of the inning. Swings at the first pitch and sends it foul down the third base line. So Newmeyer, Firestone, and Lee for Connellsville here in the top of the 7th. Uniontown hasn't even had a base runner. Again, it's been a perfect game for Bo Bigham on the Connellsville side. Now the 0-1 pitch here, called strike, and 0-2 now to Aiden Newmeyer. Newmeyer struck out twice, was also hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Now Grego trying to finish him off. 0-2 pitch on the way. That one high and inside takes us to 1-2. Red Raiders outfield quiet right now. 1-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3.
Great start for Grego.
A 1 up, 1 down here in the top half of the 7th. And the big drama, Nick's going to be in that bottom of the 7th.
Oh, my. You ready for it? Should be exciting.
Again, we had a perfect game here on WMBS, and it involved Uniontown to get on the wrong end 2 years ago. Joe Chambers throwing it for Laurel Highlands. And that was I believe, the final regular season game. It was late, whether the penultimate or the final game of the regular season occurred in that final series between the two schools as Firestone swings and misses the first pitch there from Grego, 0-1.
Single RBI and a run tonight for him, but yes, always exciting when you get the chance even to have a perfect game going to the last inning.
Now the 0-1 on the way, swing and a miss, strike 2. That was during Joe Chambers' junior season. Finished off his high school career last year. Now the 0-2 from Grego to Firestone. On the way, breaking ball called strike 3. So Grego looking impressive in relief for Uniontown. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom or in the top half of the 7th, and that'll bring up Jake Lee.
Firestone thought that was inside, but Mr. Grant says strike 3, and why not? Connellsville knows with Bigham on the mound, 4 runs is well enough of a lead. Let's get this inning done with to get to the bottom.
So Lee at the plate. Had an RBI back in the first inning, but was struck out in his last 2 at-bats and takes a strike here from Grego behind 0-1. Another baseball-type question for you, Nick. When you have a 31-minute delay like we had in this game, would that factor into the official time of the game?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Rain delays do.
So the rain delays do count as far as the official time of the game. So you put in the box score.
Well, I've heard it announced as, 2 hours and 18 minutes plus a 40-minute rain delay.
So it would probably be
probably not counted.
You'd probably minus it off the official time.
You'd have to
factor
note
in.
You would note it. I would write it down. If I were at PNC with my scorebook, I would.
1-1 on the way. Well hit here from Lee, deep to left field, and that ball just went foul. Went foul, and he put a shot into that one.
Gave it a ride down the left field line, but yeah, just going foul. And Lee looking for his first hit tonight, does have an RBI ground out. And thought he had at least a double. But no, foul ball.
Stanley checking in on our live stream, thanking us for the broadcast. Hello, Stanley. I know you're one of our regular listeners and watchers.
Oh, Stanley's an OG.
Live. Yes. And now the 1-2 here from Grego to Lee. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Grego comes on and strikes out the side here in the top half of the 7th inning. The question is, can Bo Bigham remain perfect? Nick Barchak will bring you the bottom half of the 7th when we come back here on the CR Piranha Group High School Sports Night broadcast presented by Penn Residential, Central Marcom, Amy's Quote Room, and Jackson Farms Dairy Store.
Does your car sound like it's saying, trade me in, trade me in, every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchase your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in, trade me in." Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
On the go? No time to stop? That's when you'll love Peach & Pharmacy's curbside pickup at Peach & Market in downtown Connellsville. Next time you have a prescription to get, let Peach & Pharmacy make it easy for you. Call ahead at 724-626-9600 or send a message. Let friendly curbside pickup keep you right where you want to be, in the driver's seat.
Peach & Pharmacy, your local pharmacy.
Here we go, bottom of the 7th. Brian Morozak's alongside Sarah Camp, Billy Dice, and Bill Madden in our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. I am Nick Barczyk, and Bo Bingham carrying a perfect game into the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th, last half inning of regulation. And high school baseball, he's been great through 6. What does he have? 12 strikeouts. Just been great.
Did you ever think, Nick,
lead.
you ever think he could have an opportunity to call a perfect game?
No, I'm numb. I did not think that today. But Bo Bingham's been great. Then coming up to try to break it up is Mason Kuhn. Top of the order for Uniontown in the bottom of the 7th. The second baseman has struck out swinging twice. And no base runners for the Red Raiders. Here comes the lefty. Bingham ready. Fouled off 0-1.
Kuhn came into the game with a .262 average. Remember his dad, JC, big-time boxer around the area, Nick. See if his son can maybe box one out there and break up the no-hitter and the perfect game.
You're too good. You should be calling this inning. That's a strike of the knees, 0-2. Cameron Jackson a follow, and then Austin Grego. But Bingham just mowing him down. 2 strikes already in the inning. No base runners yet for the Red Raiders. Kick and the come home. Swing and a miss. 1 away. Turkey for Kuhn. 1 away for Cameron Jackson. We've had 3 batters in that 2 spot for Uniontown. Musco, who injured himself his first at bat. And then Hunter Smiley came in. And now it's Jackson. And the lefty delivers. That one misses low ball 1. I think Brian went outside to take a picture. This moment is got to capture this moment. The lefty delivers. That one misses outside 2-0.
Just trying to see if we can arrange to get Bingham after the game if this perfect game holds. Nick.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yes.
Oh, that's, hey, 3-0.
Need a strike here to.
Did you jinx it, Brian?
Need a strike here to keep it going.
Yeah. Could still keep the no-hitter alive, but it's 3-0. 3-0. Misses.
Wow.
4-pitch walk.
Didn't see that coming. I mean,
Wow.
He was stellar.
Yeah.
To that point.
He was mowing him down indeed. First base runner of the night, a Cameron Jackson walk.
So the perfect game is gone, but the no-hitter still intact.
So runner at first, 1 out for Grego. Struck out and flew out to center. A great play by Logan Thomas to keep the then perfect game alive. Perfect game is gone with a base runner, but as Brian said, the no-hitter still alive. It can end here with a 6-4-3 or a 4-6-3. The lefty's delivery. That one is in for a strike, a little inside, but a strike to Grego.
And remember, this hasn't been a normal game for Bingham either. He had to endure that 31-minute delay when they couldn't get the lights on here at Bailey Park.
That's right. And that one's in for a strike. Grego now behind 1-2. So still Bingham nothing to hang his head about. But just not see that 4-pitch walk coming, especially after a strikeout to start the inning and all the previous success he had tonight dealing with that lengthy delay. And this one is into center for a base hit. And there goes the no-hitter.
They came close. They came close to getting Jackson over at second, but there goes your perfect game and your no-hitter.
And this all started when Brian left the booth, so can't help but feel that this is his fault. No, we're kidding.
And now you look at the game situation, though. For Uniontown, you got 2 on, You have the game-tying run in the on-deck circle with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Great performance by Bingham.
Jackson running.
Jackson's going. The throw to third. Safe at third. Tag put down, but safely in. And we have runners at first and third with 1 out.
It kind of went from one level of excitement now, Nick, to another level of excitement. Can Uniontown come back in this game?
Pisecki had to run over to the bag, but Jackson safely in with a stolen base. And now the batter is Wyatt Nails. So just like that, we go from perfect game, no hitter, none of that. Now we have a ball game. The tying run's on deck for Uniontown. How about that? We didn't expect that. 2 strikeouts for Nails tonight. Jackson's off of third. And the left-hander delivers, and this one's on the ground. Pisecki to second.
It was juggled. Did he actually have it? Well, Grego needs to get back on the bag.
Yeah, Grego needs to get back on the bag. They're saying he's out, and the ball was dropped in the transfer, so they're going to say a 5-4 put out. Coach Musko not happy at all with the umpire Schonheimer. He says that the second baseman Newmeyer had the ball and dropped it in the transfer.
They're still discussing it.
He's not happy with that at all. And
he did have a run score on the play.
You did have a run score indeed. So there goes the shutout. Jackson scores. It's 4-1. But as of now, 2 outs and a runner at first on a fielder's choice.
And Kenny unhappy with the call. Grego still hanging around third just in case. But the way this is going, I don't think he's going to win the argument.
Yeah.
Because Schottenheimer seems pretty set in his ways.
What was your read on that, Brian? Did you think he had it long enough or that it was...
I don't know if he had it long enough. It seemed like he was obviously moving during the whole situation. It was a bang-bang play, and I could see it called either way.
A neighborhood play,
it was one of those where it was close enough. I can't fault Schottenheimer for calling it the way he did, but, I thought with that ball coming out, if it was me, I would have played on there.
Absolutely.
But again, that's obviously his call. Now we have 2 outs here in the inning.
They do call it a fielder's choice 5-4 putout, so Grego's gone. So no shutout. I mean, forget the perfect game of the no-hitter. The shutout's over. They've not put that run up on the board, but it did score.
It's 4-1. We have it up on our scoreboard.
4-1. Now the batter's Clay Dean. The Red Raiders down to their last out. And Bingham still, even though he's given up a run and a hit and a walk, cannot be sad with this performance if they get the win. Swing and a miss to Dean, who struck out swinging twice. Nails off of first, and holding him on is the first baseman Firestone, cutting a miss. And that is strike 3, and that's the ball game. So 2 strikes were on Dean. He swings and misses. That ends the inning and ends the ball game. So no perfect game, no hitter, not even a shutout, but it is a win for the Falcons. 4-1, back to wrap it up on the other side. Final tonight from Bailey Park. Connellsville beats Uniontown 4-1. Stay tuned for our post-game show brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. Comes your way next on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night on WMBS Facebook Live and on the Trip Live High School Sports Network.
South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon has spent his life helping others. Now, in his 18th year of service, Rick wants to continue as supervisor and is seeking re-election. Democrats can vote for Rick because he's on your ballot. And Republicans, you can write in Rick Vernon on your paper ballot. Let's keep a great team together so Rick can continue to work hard with fellow Republican supervisors Bob Schiffbauer and Jason Scott. Vote for Rick Vernon for Township Supervisor.
Paid for by the candidate.
Pizza, beer, atmosphere, it's all at Mom Maruka's Pizza, located on Barton Mill Road in Uniontown. Mom Maruka's is your prime spot to enjoy local high school sports. Family owned and operated, the Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, wings, and the best Italian hoagie and homemade bruschetta in town. Mom Maruka's is open Monday through Saturday from 4 to 10 for indoor and outdoor dining and takeout. Don't forget Mom's catering services for your next party or gathering. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MomMarukaPizza.com for their menu and live music schedule.
Attorney Tripp Radcliffe of Radcliffe Law. I've practiced law in Fayette County for over 40 years. The success of our firm is the result of our clients trusting us to make the best decisions on their behalf when they're injured in an accident. We tell our clients, you get yourself better, we will deal with the rest. If you've been hurt in an accident, call us today to set up a free consultation, 724-439-3939. We have Saturday appointments for your convenience. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair. Ted Silva & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They will gladly blueprint your vehicle for repair, and they will work with your insurance company. Call 724-437-2351 for Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair, LLC. Proud to sponsor local high school sports. For farm fresh dairy products, stop in Jackson Farms Dairy Store, Route 40 at Briar Hill. Enjoy delicious hot deli items available Monday through Friday. Eat in or take out. Jackson Farms Dairy Store features quality dairy products. The most delectable homemade ice cream you'll ever eat. And now available at Jackson Farms is our own farmhouse cheddar cheese and cheese curds. Why not stop in Jackson Farms today?
Farm fresh milk, straight off the farm. Jackson Farms.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a veterans organization located in Fayette County since 1950. They are proud to advertise on WMBS sports programs and to contribute to the Veterans Hospital, local sports teams, and scouting organizations. Best of luck to all of our local teams from the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood.
Let's face it, sometimes local is just better. Locally grown, locally sourced, shop local, eat local. What about local expertise? At Allstate, Russ Blejo is just that, a local. So contact Uniontown area Allstate agent Russ Blejo so Russ can help you with protection that's right for you and the things you love most. Allstate, are you in good hands? Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Connellsville 4-1 win over Uniontown. Back in our post-game show brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. Here's Nick with your game recap.
Thank you, Brian. We thought we'd have a perfect game from Bo Bingham. Not to be, as he had a 4-pitch walk with one out in the 7th, and the Red Raiders were able to get a hit. They eventually scored a run, but what a line for Bingham. The complete game, 7 innings with 1 run, 1 earned, came in the 7th. 14 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And your final game totals for the visiting Falcons, who win tonight 4-1. 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 6 left. And for the Red Raiders, they did not do anything with the bats until that 7th inning. It's ones across the board, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left as Bingham gets the complete game win and took that perfect game with into the 7th inning, going 6 1/3. Perfect. Final score tonight, Falcons beat the Red Raiders Connellsville over Uniontown 4-1.
Again, the playoff pairings come out tomorrow. We'll have the matchups posted on the WMBS Facebook page. Nick, enjoyed it as always.
Absolutely, Brian. That was fun. That's the regular season playoff time.
Yes, it is. For Nick Barczyk, Sarah Camp, Billy Dice, and Bill Madden back inside our WPIAL Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios is Brian Morozak. So have yourselves a pleasant good evening. Your final score from Bailey Park, Connellsville 4 and Uniontown 1. So, everybody.